Hey, it's the Bennington Show on a Wednesday. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. Gail's starting us off with some of that rockabilly today, huh?
It's Sparkle Moore. Sparkle Moore from Nebraska.
What's her whole scene? She's early 50s?
Yeah, she's like early 50s, you know, Elvis duplicate, Lady Elvis.
She was on our Memphis GPS?
Was she? I feel like she was not.
Oh.
I think she got a
Sorry,
mention.
Sparkle.
I know.
Sorry, Sparkle.
I know.
Too much music.
I doubt your commitment to Sparkle motion.
Well, I'm starting to feel that way. I feel like we let Sparkle down. He's a lady killer. I think she should have been bigger than Elvis. Hey, it is the Bennington Show on a Wednesday. Italy has just been rocked and rolled today, which is insane. Insane. Have they ever had a major earthquake? It doesn't seem like it.
I can't think of one. I can't remember one in Italy. I didn't even know that they were on one of those faults, that something of that magnitude. I think most areas can get them small ones, but usually there's like the usual suspects when it comes to like...
We're looking at you, California. And then also where? India seems like they get a ton of them.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan gets them, but off the coast, and then they come rolling in as giant waves, which in a way is fucking even scarier.
Yeah.
I don't know what's scarier. The earth no longer, you can depend upon it. Or, that wave, you're going to feel like an ant on the beach.
Really scary.
And all these places that you own look like sandcastles now. Just...
Do you think that that's the scariest natural disaster?
That's the tidal
wave?
I think they're all scary. I mean, a giant tornado is not a good thing. Hurricanes, awful. But Zika mosquitoes, I don't like.
Yeah, throw that in there.
Wildfire, that's pretty horrifying.
I ran calling wildfire after a killing frost. But yeah, you're right. Those things where people are driving and the fire is on both sides of the road.
It's so scary.
That's a thing of nightmares. But yeah, none of them are good. I don't think the flood is awful.
Try to pick a favorite then.
I can't. I guess spring rain, is that a natural disaster? Because it,
not disastrous.
It kept me in though, and I don't like that. What's that?
Locust.
No, I don't know if locust fits in.
It's natural. It's part of nature, right?
It might be, but would you call
it is part of nature?
Is it disastrous?
Yeah, locusts. Oh shit, man! But
that's to famine, right? So it's like a long-term thing, like the locusts.
Yeah, but it's also it's landing on you. Like I've seen those things, and they're horrific. We don't get them the way we used to. I don't believe, but they're still horrific. This is a terrible way to start the show.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're trying to breathe and you're breathing in locusts.
Oh, so nasty.
It's too locusty out there.
Yeah.
It's a wildfire to take those locusts out.
That's my plan.
Fight nature with nature.
I just always feel like I should be saying to the president, it's crazy, but it just may work. Now, we put a wildfire and a tornado up against. I'll tell you right now, I mean, I find Sharknado to be absolutely terrifying because it's a tornado and there's sharks in it.
There's sharks whipping around in there. Fighting
I
people's
should
heads
make
off.
memes about that.
Everybody loves a meme.
It's so memeable.
Memes help me learn things that I don't understand.
John
so
in
funny.
Texas has a spy report for us.
Spy report. You're
not even trying to do a different voice. You don't even
just
try.
Vito.
John, what do you got, buddy?
Hey there, Bennington.
Hey,
Comedian Leslie Jones got one of her accounts hacked, and now there's nude photos of her floating around.
Why do they attack her so?
They don't like her.
Why?
They just don't like her. She's big and loud, I guess.
Leave Leslie alone.
And don't hack into anybody's anything.
I'm not seeing any hacking going on here.
What do you feel like you're hacking headquarters over there, Chris?
Yeah, what did you do?
Because you
Google
have two computer screens. I went to Google under hack. Nothing.
Just Google the word hacking.
Hey, Rich in Nevada. Rich, we got you?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Go ahead, buddy.
Got a fire? Yeah.
Spy report.
Spy report.
Come on, dude. I'm gonna have it seriously. I'm gonna punch your kidneys. He does it on purpose.
He lost his touch.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a touch to lose, man?
American University in Kabul, Afghanistan is under attack right now. American students.
Why would they be in Kabul?
I don't know. It's some kind of American school there. We've got tweets coming out of the school saying this might be my last tweet. We're under attack. Please help us.
So this is a university in Kabul.
It is. It's in Kabul, Afghanistan. Breaking news on Fox right now.
But why would American students want to go to learn in Kabul?
Well, there's a lot of those programs. Some of them it's like to learn the language. Sometimes it's if they study politics.
You're in a war zone, though. You know what I mean? It's not like you're in Italy or even Nicaragua. You're in Kabul, Afghanistan.
I wouldn't name the university American University.
Good point.
I'd name it like Afghani Friendship University. Something like that.
Friendship.
But that's a very good point. That's not the place.
Goddamn Target.
Yeah. Like, I remember Norton saying that day that he doesn't ever want to get on an American Airlines. And I'm like, that sounds crazy, but I get where he's coming from with it.
It's too obvious.
But the American University in Kabul seems like the worst idea you could come up with. And they just said that guy's name on Fox or CNN, because I'm looking at all of them at the same time. And it looked like they said his name is Brian Setzer, which was surprising to me. That rockabilly dude is
on
out there.
Rockabilly Week?
Yeah. I can't believe it, but Chris has actually pinpointed the problem with this university. Well, this is just awful. It's a terrible day. We started with Quakes, poor Leslie Jones, and now this.
I guess the Locusts are next, as predicted.
Don't even joke.
She's been fapping.
Believe me, I went to Locust Hill School, elementary school. 4 rooms and a goddamn smile. That's what we used to say. 4 rooms and a goddamn smile. All right. Well, I got to find some footing here. You know.
Yeah, a lot of bad news.
Footing, just bad news to start the show today.
It's like really fast, rapid fire, bad news.
And it looks like our announcer lost his touch.
Oh God.
He's just got nothing.
He's spent.
Spy report. Spy report.
Spy report.
I was just trying to do a different voice that time.
No. Don't. Do announcer voice, not weak. I don't have any faith in myself voice. Did Coach make it in yet?
No, I spoke to her yesterday. She is still not feeling too good, and she's starting school soon, so she doesn't want to fuck herself up with her orientation classes this week.
Don't get medical on me by fuck herself up. So she's a sick kid, is what you're saying.
Sickly.
Yeah, she wants to have a strong orientation week at school.
That part doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying how she's doing this week. So we're never going to see Coach again.
This is really sad.
Yeah.
I want to see her before she goes to school.
I want to see her after I see that she's passed every medical exam there is. Because she's carrying around some...
Can we get her in a bubble, though?
She has what science calls South American gut rot. And you don't want that. You don't want to be around it.
If we could just get her in just like a little hamster ball and wheel her in, maybe she could enjoy some festivities on Friday.
Get some pictures and get a press release out.
Okay.
You know, that'll look good. Bennington Show meets with John Travolta's granddaughter. John Travolta, boy in the bubble. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
That kid. Oh, what he went through. And when they got him that spacesuit so he could go down to the beach, forget about it. Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
It was a beautiful film.
And then when he kissed that cute girl through the plastic.
Yeah, really sweet.
What was her name? She was like the teen it girl for a while.
I can't think of her name.
She had done a Brady Bunch.
Glynis O'Connor?
Oh, the great Glynis O'Connor.
Let
She
me
was the
see her
best.
because I can't think of her in anything other than that.
Well, she was in a movie called California Dreamin' that was she was like, look at her, she's like the little perfect California girl.
Yeah, she really is.
Did some big of her face.
Yeah, like that's a really weird body pick.
That's why
she did a lot of made-for-TV movies, which I wish we would do more of.
Yeah.
You know?
Bring them back, you think?
Bring them back alive, I say. Well, we ought to do a Bring Them Back Alive weekend. We're playing nothing but live tracks all weekend. But yeah, get an ABC movie of the week going, you know?
Maybe radio play versions, like made for radio movies.
Everyone hates radio plays. I wish it wasn't true, but they do.
I wish that was not the case.
Yeah. We should do a radio play.
I would love to do a radio play.
Why don't we do a radio Christmas play this year?
Yes. I'm going to write this down. Not just to circle it. Like,
can I just ask this?
I'll just make sure.
Is it already going to be a ripoff of Scrooge?
It might be. Most Christmas plays are.
Yeah, that is true.
And Scrooge is already a ripoff.
Yeah, of Scrooge. But done better. You know,
everyone could just improve upon it.
He took that work and made it better. Stop putting up, is that California Dreaming?
Yeah.
You're sick, dude.
He's really weird.
Sick.
Like, I wish you, the listener, could experience how weird he is in person.
Also, can I just work upon that?
Yeah.
I wish you, the listener, could hit him in the face with an axe.
Oh!
Yes. Or hatchet, if we're going to go light on this.
Pickaxe.
We don't have a...
For those who can't carry something heavier than that.
Well, you mean a little kind?
Yeah. Isn't that... A pickaxe is small?
A pickaxe can be big, too.
Oh.
There's all sizes of pickaxes.
I thought a pickaxe was like a step above ice pick. Like, I thought it was like...
No. You're talking about the gold, like going for gold, but there's also big versions of that. Like that one is bigger than you would imagine.
That is bigger than I thought.
You thought the little kind that you just sit and try to chip away.
Yeah, not like a tiny chisel, but I thought like it was like a medium size.
All right, so what I'll say is come in with a medium-sized pickaxe and hit them in the brain with it.
No, don't do any of those things.
I'm watching this news.
I know. I'm nervous to keep turning around because I see your face reacting to it.
Complex attack at the American University in Kabul.
Oh.
Trump is already going to be all over that. It's bad. Mm-hmm. When I'm president, you'll be able to walk down Kabul counting 20s. He always lets on that everything is terrible right now.
Well, we are going to love it, though, once it happens.
So fast it's going to happen. Your head will spin. See, they're making Trump just read off the teleprompter right now and saying, like, I'm not going to send anybody away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be very nice to Mexicans. But there was a thing of him where they wouldn't move the camera and he wanted them to see the camera. And it was one of the funniest bits I ever saw.
What do you mean? Like he trying to direct? He says that
they just lock in on him, right? And he wants the cameraman. He's like pointing at CNN. You move that camera around. Move that camera. Show it. He's not going to do it. All that stuff.
God.
It went on for 4 minutes and it was out of this world funny. It happened earlier this week. So Tony's gone, sent it to me. And I'm cracking up. And I'm like, that's the Trump I like. You know what I mean? Just getting out there freewheeling, crowd working, having fun. I don't like to see him read a teleprompter. He looks like everybody else.
What's the point?
73 dead in Italy.
Oh,
yeah, this is the bad news show today. In the meantime, I could bowl down this and not hit anybody.
No, it is sleepy, late August vibes.
Yeah.
At the Sirius XM studios.
Well, and in New York City itself is so quiet right now. People getting out for that last summer vacay. Speaking of which, there was that article saying millennials don't vacation. And I don't even mean don't go away for vacation. They don't take their vacation
They don't
days
take them, yeah.
because they think there'll be no job when they get back.
Yes.
This is how bad it is to work anywhere in America.
They're calling it vacation shame. They actually have a label for it.
Yeah, because I think that I know people who have experienced this thing where they say that, like, yeah, I have vacation days, but when I take them, it's like there's pressure to not take them. So even if they can't technically tell you can't take them, it's made very clear it's a bad idea. And they don't want to seem replaceable. They can't.
Hey, this place has been going great without Coach.
Exactly.
I mean, actually, when you think about it, Coach is added nothing to what we were doing here.
Not one thing, Coach.
Yeah.
What about that song, though?
I can't understand what she's saying.
She slurs when she talks. Jim knows something about Italy. Jim, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Italy is a major seismic region. Vesuvius, Mount Vesuvius that took out Pompeii. Mount Etna, Rome is on a volcano. 10 years ago, there was an earthquake that damaged the Sistine Chapel. That's all I just want to say.
Dude, I didn't even know about the Sistine Chapel gimmick.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, there was an earthquake.
We ought to move it to right outside Philly, you know?
We'll take good care of it.
Everything should be right.
I mean, I would even take it out far out as Downingtown, if they want to. Or Coatesville. I don't know. I mean, it'd be easier if we put it in Lower Merion. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it'd be easier for people to get to.
Gotta think about that.
But I wouldn't mind saying a nice Sistine Chapel in Coatesville. I'm being totally honest about that. And Downingtown once had the Mickey Rooney Dinner Theater. So, shit was happening.
So that's pretty good.
I believe he even did Hell's a Pop in there once. And you got a nice prime rib with it.
Oh, shit.
No, it's not nice. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh.
I don't know where they found that meat.
What's the deal with prime rib? I feel like that was an important piece of meat when I was a youngster.
I know
nobody says like, ooh, a nice prime rib. But for some reason it was brought up a lot.
It's the only food that had to be rare, so it seemed like it was fancy. Like you couldn't say, could you get that prime rib well done?
London broil was big in my household.
London broil was a big one, yeah.
Is that like fancy?
It's a steak.
So
It's
it
a
can't
steak.
be. I
But
thought
the song, remember, London broil.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Great commercial.
Yeah, it
They
was
did.
great. I understand that the folks at the Comedy Cellar really like the Creeps for kids.
Loved it. They are over the goddamn moon.
It's hilarious.
They couldn't get enough of it.
That's the funniest thing ever.
Well, it's sweeping a nation.
Robert Kelly also said loved it. He thinks it's amazing.
First of all, that's all I ever need to know that anything's working. I thought it was a tad annoying because
What part exactly?
it gets in my brain cells.
It's good. It's a good thing. That's what you want.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that child has the voice of an angel.
That little boy?
Ankle.
Yeah.
Well,
The voice of an ankle.
I mean, do you think it's a boy?
Definitely.
I don't know.
Very masculine
I
anyway.
feel like
Yeah.
the child sounds so feminine to me. No?
None whatsoever.
Terrible. Terrible child.
Terrible little boy.
It's a bad boy. That's a bad boy over there.
I think he's a pretty cool guy.
Star. What's this gimmick going around? I hate to say because Vito sent it in. And he's annoyed me so much today that he won't take his announcer duties seriously. But about the little girl, it just says little girl eating heart.
Yeah.
Is this some bath salts thing going bad or what happened?
No, so this little girl got her first big game kill out with her dad.
Yeah.
She shot a deer, and he shared this picture of her biting into the warm heart, as he described it.
Well, first of all, I see her face. She's adorable. But I don't think a deer is big game.
I think that's just medium
That would be
game.
a pretty big game for me.
I know, but we're going by the actual thing, not for you. To you, asparagus is fancy food. So the problem is she's biting into the heart, and people are mad at her for that.
Yeah, it's taken the internet by storm. People are very upset. One, that she either killed the deer, or that he says she killed the deer, but either was made to watch it and then was told to bite, as he stated, the still warm, quivering heart.
Now, that is a Native American thing, right?
It's a tradition that a lot of hunters do.
First time kill?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the first time kill, but I have a friend who is a hunter, and I've seen him bite more than one on Facebook. Like, for some reason,
He bites a lot of deer heart.
He bites a lot of deer heart. So I think
Now,
biting the
does
raw
he
heart.
eat it, or does he just bite it?
I
But
think
it's
you
the way
bite it raw, and then sometimes people cook it after. But
Well, see, if it's cooked, I would eat it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I eat chicken livers and love them. But the thing that they're most angry about is that a child has killed her own food.
yeah, a child has killed her own food and bit the heart raw with the blood all over her face and hands.
She's
And she
adorable.
looks like
Look at that face.
adorable wild animal.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio ate a heart this year, and we gave him an Oscar. Why can't she eat some hearts?
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Spoiler alert.
By the way, speaking of which, have any of you idiots seen Nice Guys yet? The Shane Black?
I've not seen it, no.
It's fucking great.
I did.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Me too. I was laughing my ass off watching this thing. Shane Black is the only action guy that's ever been able to put it all together, I think.
It felt more like a laugh out loud comedy than anything. I didn't expect to laugh that much in it.
An LOL comedy?
You should be writing reviews.
And
if there could be a thing, is there something called dumb tomatoes or stupid tomatoes?
Find that URL right now.
Yeah,
real LOL comedy.
Yeah. Get it? Put the Leslie Jones pics up there so everybody will, show up big the first day.
Yeah.
They'll come for the Leslie Jones. They'll stay for the dumb reviews.
His rating system is top is ROFL, then LOL.
And just a sad face. The crying tears.
And then last is just the poop emoji.
You're fucking joking, but I would go to that site and emoji all those
It got 3 poop emojis. I'm not going.
Fuck that.
Who is this person that checks the review?
All right, does any of us here have a problem with this little girl biting a deer heart?
I have no problem with it because, one, I know it to be a tradition in hunters. It is a Native American tradition. And I think if you're going to hunt, you do the full experience. Isn't that better than what we do? Buy meat out of a package. If you're going to be...
Can I be honest here? I go straight to a butcher. I mean, I'm almost able to bite a deer heart. That's how fresh my meat is.
You actually asked them, may I butcher it myself?
I go to a self-butching place. And that's why I serve what I call raggedy steak. Anybody
so jagged. It's a very jagged cut.
I just drank a whole pot of coffee before I got there, so I don't know.
That's why I go to you, Butch.
There's a big lesbian woman selling it. Come straight to you, Butch.
This place sounds pretty cool. Very Brooklyn.
Very Brooklyn. Yeah, I don't know why or how anyone could complain about this.
They are very upset. The
internet. The vast internet of you're either upset on one side or the other. But I mean, here you can see it looks like they got a great relationship. Her dad hunts. She gets to go with him. She's in the great outdoors.
She's also wearing an adorable pink camo outfit.
I don't understand how that even works for anyone.
The dad calls her Pink Ninja.
Here's the thing. If I'm a deer and I can't see a pink person with a gun, eat my heart. That's what I say. I deserve it.
Warm and quivering does sound good, though, as described like that.
Queen Elizabeth just pointed out it's also a Dothraki ritual.
Oh, yes.
What's that?
It's a Game of Thrones.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Khaleesi will eat a horse heart to prove to her Khalasar that, she has what's what to be, queen.
She has the what's what.
I kind of feel like the dad's trolling, though. Like he wanted to get this fucking response from the internet.
Why do you think that?
All right, look, this dude has an Instagram account, and he knows that he knows what kind of response this would get about having a child eat a horse heart.
Yeah, but I have, like I said, I have.
Did you just say horse heart?
Wait,
this kid killed a prophet.
Watch my child eat this horse heart.
It's a dead hooker in this Instagram.
That's how my dad took me out when I was younger. But it wasn't the heart I had to eat.
Oh, God.
It wasn't the heart.
Oh.
No, don't want to hear it.
Nope.
He's getting inappropriate.
What were you trying to say, Chris?
Deer is what he was trying to say instead of horse.
Why would you say horse?
Because he got confused with the Dothraki.
If anyone actually ate a horse heart, they'd take the fucking heat. But this is a deer. This is food.
But I don't think he's trolling because, as I said, I know someone who he hunts, and I saw him post a very similar picture with I believe his fiance the first time she killed a deer with him. She was the Pink
Ninja. By the way, Pink Ninja, this sounds inappropriate.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Now
that's my Pink Ninja.
So you're saying
don't let anyone touch your Pink Ninja.
It's terrible. Now.
She's finally ninja.
Chris, calm down for a second. So you're...
I finally need you.
Dude, why?
I'd like to eat horse heart.
So stupid, but you know, why is it bad if she sings that song and you can sing it? Have we moved into parody? Is that why?
Yes, this is parody.
I think it's just
it's not
bad.
racism when it's parody.
I feel like you're trolling ninjas. Now, Chris, you're saying you believe he did this just to get the flashback.
The Instagram likes and the comments or whatever, whatever he's.
The likes doesn't make you a troll. What you're saying is he did this to make people angry.
He knew this was going to get people angry.
Okay, that's the place I was trying to figure it out. Here is Chris. Chris, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Yeah. You're on the air, buddy.
Okay, listen. They're colorblind. That's why she can wear it in camouflage.
What?
Yes, they're colorblind. All you're doing is breaking up the pattern with the camouflage.
This is like mind-blowing to me.
Okay, so that must be why.
They're nocturnal animals, therefore they're colorblind.
So that must be why you can wear the bright orange.
That's why,
because they're not going to pick up.
Hunter's vest.
I feel like the stupidest deer person ever.
Yeah, I got critters everywhere. I'm in North Florida.
All right, I appreciate this call. This is I always thought. First of all, anytime I see hunters and you see the guys with the those vests in Maryland all the time, I'll always say to them, how long are you going to be working on the road? And then we all have a big laugh together. It's like a real fun thing for everybody. Or I'll just go, bridge out? And it makes life nicer.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that they're colorblind.
Makes sense now.
I am colorblind when it comes to humans.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's nice. Here is Richard in Dallas. Richard.
Hey, good morning. Or afternoon for you guys.
Hey.
Listen, I hate to say it, but I sort of agree with Chris that this might be some guy looking for attention, because it's not even deer season right now, unless he's in some weird place.
All right, that's true. This is August. You can't. If you have a deer right now, you have their guts are like coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need a killing frost before deer season starts to kill
all the weird
gross shit crawling around in their guts.
Ugh.
And this dude posts his little pig ninja up on Instagram. And
come on, it's just weird.
You're
the way
just
you
doing
say
that
it.
on purpose.
He posts his kid up, and he's opening her up to attack.
But here's the thing: this takes place in New Zealand.
So think about that, Chris.
Still, this guy knows it. They have the internet.
I don't think
New
people in New Zealand get angry about that.
But I just told you I know somebody who posts this exact kind of thing of his family doing the same thing, which I will show you who, but I'm going to protect the innocent and not
I
say.
had no idea that he's a big hunter. Well, his dad was a hunter.
His dad was a hunter.
Dad was actually shot hunting.
I know.
By his brother in a terrible mistake. I will tell this to Chris, and I don't know whether it makes him feel right or part of the outraged people.
Okay.
This guy's already had his Facebook taken down for this picture.
Why? There was no one was breastfeeding on it, so I don't see why. Doesn't make sense.
It's not the only thing they take down for. If you put I'm voting for Trump, they take your Facebook down.
Do?
Build
No.
a wall. Yeah. Build a wall, they'll take it down. Any kind of pro Second Amendment rights, they take your Facebook down. Any pro-life stuff, Facebook down.
I didn't realize this.
Anytime that you say, may God be with you, or Jesus is king.
Or if you even say Tim Tebow, you're off.
Tim
Shut it down.
Tebow, is it Friday? Is when he's having his workout and he's invited people in. So, Chris, you got to look at me every once in a while, dude.
He's asking you.
I'm asking you. I'm sorry.
I don't know, Tim.
Is Friday the day that Tim Tebow's doing his workout?
Yeah, it's when he's inviting a bunch of teams over to check him out.
There are 30 teams to show and one radio show. I'm going to be there with a stopwatch, checking him out in the 60.
Wow.
Seeing what he's got. I understand he hits for power. left-handed. I'm always looking for that. I don't know where I'm going to put him in the field. I guess I'll have to buy an American League team and not play real baseball. But we're in a league where you don't need all the talents to be a baseball.
He wants to be a center fielder, is what I've heard.
No fucking way is he going to be a center
That's his
fielder.
dream.
Do you know how hard that position is?
There's a lot of room to cover.
Is that the most difficult field position?
In the outfield, it is. I mean, you gotta. The way you have to come off the ball, right? The second that ball hits the bat, you have to know exactly where it's going to go. I mean, it's the other positions you have less room to carry, so there's a little thing of maybe you took a wrong step, you can get back. But in center field, you get all the fucking blame.
What's the easiest position?
Well, DH. First base is considered easy, even though it's much more difficult.
It seems like it gets a lot of attention, though, for an easy position.
Well, because you're in all the plays, but you don't have to have an arm, right? And it was a place in Little League that they would put fat kids.
Yep.
When I played in teenage ball, my first baseman had to be 400 pounds. I'm not even making that up.
Shit.
He was a 400-pound kid. Didn't even wear the same jersey as everybody else.
Was he left-handed?
Yeah, he was.
All
and
right, that
here's the
helps.
thing about him, too. So he fucking shows up with just a first baseman's glove at the things. And we're like, so he's our first baseman? No one could even try it. You know, there was nowhere else to hit. And he could hit. He had actually good bat speed. But something must have been wrong with him, glandular or some shit. I don't know. You know, one thing, I liked it when his mom was team mom. We ate gnocchis. I mean, it was unbelievable. We were just sitting there eating
Nice.
big thing of it. Italian bread we're stuffing
That's
in.
awesome.
Was he teased a lot on the team, though?
He had the first name Fat. You know what I mean? But
Pretty direct, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Sure.
there's another guy on our team with the same name. They were big fat, little fat.
Don't worry, he'll get back at him during that big pie eating contest.
Literally was his name. Big Pie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's the craziest
That's
thing
weird.
ever. Yeah.
Pretty cool nickname.
I think it was for Paisan. You never know the big stars that are going to call this program. How about the one and only Jay Moore? Jay.
I was going to call as Al, but your phone screener seemed to be fucking perplexed.
Oh.
I want to talk about deer hearts and raggedy steaks. Yeah. Raggedy steaks got your daughter laughing. I'm laughing. He says, "What's your name? Where you're from?" I said, "I'm right up the block." Maybe you heard of me. He did not. Yeah. Anybody can do it, but can you do it talking like a person, Ron? That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Center field is all in the hips. All in the hips. Turn your hips, Ron. You know that. Little League. Forget it. Turn your fucking head. How old is he? My Little League team, our first time, Ronnie, going out there, we were the Reds, but they put a big C with Reds inside, and we stunk, so we were the Creds. And we didn't win any games. There was a kid with a backboard on his back, Glenn, and there was two black kids in my school, Jerville, Gibbs, and Joel Love. Joel Love was phenomenally talented. We had the other one. We had Jerville.
That's the thing about black kids don't play baseball at all anymore.
Mm-mm.
They've given up the sport completely.
It's not it's too, you get, you're right. And it's not, people are going to go like, hey, what do you know about blacks and athletics? Well, Ron and I know a lot. We're the only guys that'll fucking talk about it, honestly. A baseball bat and bases, you need that much room. Where one basketball, you got 22 kids, 10 of them waiting to play the next game. One ball that nobody knows whose it is. You just can entertain an entire neighborhood for an entire weekend.
It is true. It is true. You can play quickly.
Ronnie, what was the name of the kid whose first name was Fat?
His Pie. Pie was his name. So we get Fat Pie a lot.
I wish so badly I could magic your show into every human being's ear, like put a chip in people's brains so they just wake up and I could magic the button where they just, at their work day, just hear you and Gail laughing about raggedy steaks.
Hey, man, I was going to call you because we're doing this thing on George Carlin. I'm talking with everybody in his family, and I know you were a big admirer of his career.
Yeah, he still has the biggest influence on me comedically, the deconstruction of a bit. Instead of building it up, what can you remove? What words are the perfect ones? Where do they go? Can you build a wall by removing bricks? It's really interesting to me, and I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Well, I don't think, but we can actually even do it right now, but I don't think anyone thought about comedy the way Carlin did.
I don't think so either. And my wife saw him once at a restaurant in Santa Monica, and he had all these notes out. And whenever he looks at his notes on an HBO special, Kelly, his daughter, she confirmed this with me on the podcast, but I'm sure you can grab her. He would look at his notes not to see what bit was next, but to see if everything was going to time. So when he goes, fuck Tucker, Tucker sucks, he'd look at his notes, and it's like, okay, 12 minutes and 50 seconds, I'm right on it. Because he had to get out at 55 for HBO,
That's amazing.
But the concision of words, Ronnie, when he goes, fuck Tucker, Tucker sucks, which I think is the funniest sentence in the history of comedy.
Yeah.
Fuck Tucker, Tucker sucks. 4 words. No, there's only 3 words in an entire sentence. You have to create Tucker in the moment. Like, I'm sick of guys named Todd. Todd and Tyler and Tucker. Fuck Tucker. Tucker sucks. And in the moment, you have to create a Tucker and agree with him that the guy you just created is a fucking dick. He's an imaginary, and fuck Todd and guys that look like Todd. And you're in your seat going, yeah, I fucking hate this guy I just made up.
That's the thing. A lot of people will give him credit for observational comedy and philosophy, but it was the wordplay that was stunning, I think.
Yeah, the thing he does about the planet's fine, the people are fucked. And when the planet's done with us, it'll shake us off like a case of fleas. And then there's a pause. He does an impression of a dog shaking fleas. And the next thing he says is, surface nuisance. I'm like, wow. And then when he goes, ask the people in Pompeii covered in centuries of lava and mud how they think the planet's doing this week. Like the word he saved in fuck Tucker, Tucker sucks this week. Like I'm still obsessing over that. Like, why not this year, this month, today, this week? It's amazing.
Well, the new album, I kind of like it when a lot of people die. And he was going to put this out, but then, 9/11 happened. And, but I was talking to people who worked with him and his manager, and they said that he was obsessed with any kind of mass death. It's such a strange thing.
He wanted a channel of executions. He wanted, give all the criminals Wyoming, fence it in, and then just throw a gun over the top. Like once a week is the gun and meat toss, and just survival of the fittest. That'll get some ratings. And then his observational stuff was so like, pussy farts, that he completely got away with it. He smoke screened it by just doing the most elaborate, brilliant things. Like that whole thing about the planet being fine, he actually ends with a riff about HIV and AIDS, like, well, a virus, super virus, and then like how it'll go and evolve to get, how would the Earth get rid of us now that it's got plastic? And then he goes, well, I can dream for a little while. Good night. And you're like, whoa, that guy just closed with us. He closed with us all dying.
Yes, he wasn't.
I don't know.
He wasn't crazy about human beings, especially towards the end of his life.
Well, he always said the constant with him was he always loved people one-on-one, but in groups he couldn't stand them.
Right. But like even think how rare it is for a comedian to go meta and look at the planet itself. Most comedians are about minutia and getting things as small as they can.
Well, yeah, look at me. I did a whole thing about the Constitution, and I talk about a guy's, Alexander Hamilton's wig for 4 straight minutes. Everybody thought it was going to be a little more in-depth on the actual items. No, not the case. The South was kind of like a gang visiting. All right, I want to meet the Pennsylvania guy, he did go completely meta and macro, like the planet, and I'm sick and tired of guys. Then his so micro, he disguised it. Like, I'm sick of guys that wear visors. Nobody's that interested in the top of your fucking head. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And tying it to, like, yarmulkes, then you got yourself a proper fucking hat, my friend. It was really like jazz, in a way. It's just, you wouldn't think the set list itself would be sustainable, but only to him. And the thing I've always loved about Carlin is, like, you could memorize an album and do it off Broadway as a one-man show.
Sure.
And nobody would be like, this is bombing, because the words are so incredibly powerful and the statements are powerful.
Well, I remember Class Clown. I think I at least memorized the one half of that album. You know what I mean? Like, I listened to it so much when I was a kid and would just be repeating along the way kids do with rap, you know? Because it felt great to say those words that way. You know what I mean? It was an exciting thing.
Guys that call their father daddy. Well, my daddy. That's all. I think that's all complaints and grievances. What I'm riffing on now. But like AM FM, when you listen to that, he like does entire
Oh, we lost him.
They're still on, but yeah, it looks like we lost him.
It looks like he's still on.
Great and brilliant.
Yeah. Hey, your phone broke up, Jay, but this was great, dude. And I'll talk to you later, all right?
You can memorize George Carlin albums. That doesn't exactly make it fucking true, does it? You're going to tell me that Pepper Hicks is going to decide out of the fucking blue to let Ronnie rip us off? Why do you tell me what really happened?
That's too easy for you.
He started the goddamn Chicago fires.
That's too easy for you. Jay Moore, everybody. Jay, I love you, kid. Talk to you soon.
I love you, buddy boy. See you soon.
All right, bye. God, he's hilarious. That's just scary, funny. Just to pop into that. Talk about jazz, right? When he gets into something, it's amazing. Anyway, we're putting this special together that's going to kick off the I kind of like it when a lot of people die. And that's, by the way, coming out. It's a bunch of unreleased material, bonus tracks. But we're supposed that I talked to George's brother, his manager, Kelly Carlin, who is incredibly interesting and funny herself, but is a person. Well, all those people are keeping an eye out on George's career from this point on, in his name. Which, by the way, it's amazing how we always think about comedy having a shelf life, but George, it's still there today. But are we going to talk to the guy whose job it is just to go through old tapes?
The archivist, yeah.
That's what it's called, an archivist.
Yeah.
And that's his gig, man. He just goes through cassette tapes and shit that George kept to see if there's, to find that unreleased stuff. And this new album, I kind of like it when a lot of people die. The cool thing about that is that was done, set, ready to go, going to be an HBO special, and 9/11 happens, and they're like, how long, would this take the country? And obviously, probably right up until now.
Yeah, I think it still wouldn't be received well at this point. I think that.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, it is coming out on the 16th. We'll have to see whether critics are offended by it or what. But what Jay was saying was true. And I remember like the last couple specials of just like my blood going cold a little bit because he's like, good, I'm fucking glad we're going to blow, And I'm like, I don't know. I got kids. I like to at least get it for them for a while.
Time left.
Yeah. There's a lot of young people I see out there in the world, and I like to see that they got a little run for themselves.
Just like for them to be okay.
Is that so much? But I do get the disappointment, particularly as you get older. You're more and more disappointed. At first, you're disappointed in the company and in the country and corporations. And then you're like society, and then normally like the next generation not giving a shit. And at the end of it, you just go like this. Oh, yeah, I see where the devil's head's at. It's people. Yeah. People are the ones that are fucked up,
And you can take that even further, like just the human race, but even more so, like living things just fighting each other and killing each other and only caring about their own survival. I mean, nature does that. It's very creepy when you step back.
Nature
and look at
is a vicious son of a bitch, man. There's no doubt about it. You just see fish, they're fucking running from one fish while they're chasing a little fish. You're like, that's life for you fuckers? Get a towel. Dry off. Try to fucking grow some legs.
Or that every predator targets the young of another animal. Like they're just like,
sick.
They're weak. Yeah. They're weak and they're sick and they're young.
If we ever
really scary.
If we ever took the hinges off a hospital, it would be filled with fucking wolves. Just wolves would be going around room to room, just biting people that are fucking getting oxygen. Wolves.
I found the nursery.
Yeah. And then you see people, we should save the wolves. For what? Attacking the ill? What else do you want to save? Cancer? We've got to preserve cancer.
No.
That's how I feel like when anyone's trying to save any species at all. Why? They're after us. I wouldn't mind if I was Trump right now. If Trump said, look, I'm going to kill everything on the planet and we'll just eat tofu, I think I'd get it. He'd have my vote.
Nothing but soy, everyone.
Even though I don't like it now, I'm sure I'd catch on to it.
Yeah, well, if you have to, you have to.
Thanks, Chris.
You know what? It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. Why don't we take a break here? We got somebody stopping by, right?
We have comedian Jay Nog stopping by. Jay Nog is doing Paid or Pain live at the New York Comedy Club.
Is it Nog or Nogs? You've said it both ways.
Jay Nog, singular. One Nog, Jay Nog. He's doing a show, Paid or Pain, live at New York Comedy Club on Friday, September 16th. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off.
Is it P-A-Y-N-E?
P-A-I-N. P-A-I-N.
Because last night he sent out this thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Some guest had to cancel because his plane wouldn't come in, and he spelled plane P-L-A-I-N. And everybody that was on the email was diving to their keyboard to just catch him at it.
I wrote it correctly the first time. I thought that was wrong, and then put in P-L-A-I-N. Like a fucking moron.
So you thought about it.
I was like, wait, how do you spell plane? You know, the one that's in this fucking sky. Oh, it's A-I-N.
By the way, that was the impression of his own thoughts. You know, the one that's in the fucking sky. What do you think, Chris?
Right,
Chris? I don't know.
This is what you get from living alone. This is why people who live alone end up fucking in long conversations with their cats. Peter, what happens over there? He wants to call us Al Pacino, and you put him up as J Moore.
I was just told it was Al by Spencer who wanted to speak to Chris personally. So I didn't know what was going on.
That's why I need you to know what's going on.
Yeah, and then you got to take the call.
Yeah, you're just not passively sitting there wondering how you can fuck up the next announcer voice.
And when I picked up the phone, I said, "Hey, you want to speak to Chris?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll just call back later." So I just thought it was some guy who had to talk to Chris about something.
Dude, it's a hotline.
That was on line 6. That's why I was confused. And then
I saw the hotline ring. Why does he lie, Chris?
Why are you lying? I don't know, Ron. Why are you lying, Vito?
When I'm
just saying
the phone the first time,
it's not worth it for me to scream at him. I got to scream at you, Chris.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what happens.
I can't waste my fucking time screaming at him.
Scream at me, Ron.
Right now, because of you two guys, I'm hoping the Cowboys win it all.
Okay, no, they're in the East. Come on.
I know. I just want the pain to be on you guys.
No.
I'm rooting for Hard Knocks again this year. I'm really getting close to that goddamn Rams team and their dumb QB.
I heard their QB is not very good.
Well, he's a kid, man. I can't tell you what a kid he is.
Yeah,
he didn't know which way the sun comes up.
That's pretty bad.
Who are you hearing this from?
I'm just hearing chatter online.
Well, that's to be believed. He looks like he's got a great arm, but no one knows if somebody's going to be a good QB. It's too fucking hard a position to know how that kid is going to handle pressure. And they used to, like with Aaron Rodgers, you'd be, riding pine for 4 years. Now it's like, we got to get him in there. It's the only way he can learn.
Yeah, fucking Blake Bortles and the other dude in Tennessee, they're all just starting. Mariota.
Mariota.
And Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson, fucking, 3 years ago started as a rookie. Half the fucking league is just rookie quarterbacks.
It's become the new thing of like, let's get that guy out there. This is the peak of his athletic ability. And it probably is, but it takes your head so long to get into that position.
Well, RG3 had one good season. Fucking his head blew up and it all fell apart. Now he's a goddamn Brown.
I thought
it was his legs that blew out.
I thought normally the thing was that the quarterback is like this seasoned.
Well, that's what you want.
Salt.
But if you don't have that guy,
if you're head.
if you're one of the 3 teams in the league who doesn't have the great veteran quarterback, you're scrambling to find somebody and starting to season them. Because there's no reason to have a team now unless you're going to win the Super Bowl. Every team, every city is destroyed when they find out they're not winning the Super Bowl. They're all taken by surprise. And they want to win a Super Bowl now. If you told any city, there's a very good chance that within 7 years, you're going to win a Super Bowl. They'd be like, fire the coach, fire the players, fire the owner, fire everybody.
Just disband the team. We don't even want a team at this point.
Since the beginning of the Tampa Bay Bucks, which I believe is 40 years ago this year, the Watley family will not have season tickets. They've given up their season tickets.
Wow. Whoa. Why did they give up the season tickets?
His dad passed away. It was always his dad's. And then his brother kept it going for a few years. But his brother is way more of a Gators fan. And he's got kids. And his wife has said, at some point, we have to see you over a weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All day Saturday.
His brother goes to away games for the Gators.
That's crazy.
He
That's
gets
hardcore.
into a plane to watch 20-year-old kids play in Tennessee. Yeah, on my way. What? The game's on TV.
He's got to spoke the team. Got to do it in person.
But and I try to tell these people in the North, they never believe me. College football is bigger than pro football in the South.
In Florida,
it's not even close.
Choosing between the Gators and the Knolls, it was like a serious thing. I thought that it was like that everywhere. I just assumed growing up there that everybody was that diehard about college teams.
Well, it is that way. And then also you have Miami, which a lot of people go to, USF and Central, which are both building up, Central Florida, building up all the time. Bortles came, I believe, out of Central Florida.
Yeah.
But I would say that, when you live on the West Coast, you make that choice between the Knolls or the Gators, and then you fight with your neighbors about it. And they'll put flags up at each other. And when they fucking play and by the way, in Alabama, I believe it's even stronger with, Auburn, and Alabama, Ole Miss and Mississippi State. I mean, all these places lock in. And I guarantee you in the South, college football bigger than pro football.
Yeah,
and if they had them at the same time, pro football would take a back seat.
I never realized how big. When I finally realized how big college football is, I was freaked out. I was weirded out by it.
Well, dude, I wouldn't even say that pro football got bigger than college football in the country until probably the 1960s. Like, even during, the 1950s, it was a bigger sport because it seemed ridiculous for people to go on and play pro football. In the early days, USC would be gigantic and pro football would be played, on some fucking lot somewhere. No one cared about it.
Yeah. Well, even the college stadiums are bigger than NFL stadiums.
Yes.
It's fucking nuts. 100,000 people?
Yes.
I don't like it at all.
What do you mean?
I prefer the NFL, and I don't think...
why? Because you live up north and they don't give a shit.
That's right.
I mean, what fucking team is in the north?
Syracuse?
Thank you.
I wouldn't know anything else besides... I guess that would be the big football team in...
Boston College. Syracuse is smaller, and then when you get to the Midwest, then it starts to, make sense. But the Northeast does not give a shit about pro football. They don't care.
Nope. I'm from here, Ron. I don't give a fuck about.
Well, you should be following Columbia every single week. That should be your team.
Flying those colors, wherever they may be. I guess burgundy and white. It seems like colors.
Where are they playing? The Bronx?
I think so.
I know you can go to a game up there and lay down in the bleachers. Here's the Ace. Ace, what's up, buddy? Ace.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a Ravens fan. I moved down to Alabama for school for 2 years. It's crazy. Like, people just yell out, "Roll Tide." Like, they would say it in every sentence. They would say, "Have a good day, Roll Tide."
It's true, and they mean it. Like, they mean it. They're not kidding around. And when you're down there, Chris, here's the thing. You'd get caught up in it because it's so goddamn exciting.
I do like getting caught up in things, so I'd probably end up at games.
I mean, you don't even have to go to the game to get fired up. All you got to do is be anywhere in town. And these people go batshit. When we live in Florida, and it would be the Gators against the Knowles, everybody would stop. And if you had friends and I'm not even making this up, I knew a girl who had graduated from FSU, and she would leave bars if Gator fans came there. Like, I'm not putting up with this shit.
It's very serious.
And she would throw up for the big game. She would be that freaked out because she knew she was going to have to carry the pain for a year if it didn't work out.
It's too much. It's too much, this college football.
Why do you say I'm explaining to you what exists, and you say it's too much like you're someone's mom. You have no thoughts about this whatsoever. Why don't we go to break here? Who do we got coming in? Jay Nog?
Jay Nog.
And his gimmick?
Paid or Pain. That's happening live at New York Comedy Club on Friday, September 16th. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off.
Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Who's that guy you become when you give out dates? Do you know?
Thank you, Chris.
Just trying to enunciate.
Well, it's perfect. Why don't you do that the rest of the time?
You talk like that all the time. It
yes,
sounds crazy.
Then you'd be Denny. He'll start counting on the hits.
I wish you would.
Back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. Comedian Jay Nog's in the studio. You can see Jay Nog do Paid or Pain live at New York Comedy Club on Friday, September 16th. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off. And on Twitter, it's at Paid or Pain.
How you doing, dude? Congratulations on all this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's a crazy idea.
It is wild. It is wild. It's not for every comic, to say the least, but people are entertained.
All right, so what exactly happens when people are coming on stage?
So for the competition part, we have 4 contestants. They get a 5-minute set. They go up there, do their 5, and now we have 2 special guests who come on, which love to have you guys in the future if you wanted to come on.
Well, I'm going to see how much pain I'm going to be involved in.
You don't get any pain. You don't get any. You just get to witness it and love it, and that's it. And just sip some drinks and enjoy yourself. And a little feedback from the special guests to the comics, and then the audience, they decide. And we say, like, paid, and they clap it up if they want paid. And then my co-host says pain, and they clap it up, and whoever gets more applause, they either get paid and they walk off. But I've had people who get paid and then stay on for a torture, and they're like, I never had a dominatrix, so let's do this. And then if it gets pain, they pick from the deck of pain, and a torture comes up, and whatever it is, that's what they get.
Now, this is an actual dominatrix, full-time dominatrix.
Part-time now. She is a mother now, so it's part-time now.
Someone's mom.
Yes, someone's mother is beating them, yes.
Now, the audience, would you say they're a comedy audience or a domineering audience? What are they into?
To be honest, it really depends how drunk everyone is.
Right.
We had the last show, the first one we recorded for Sirius, it was 4 for 4 all pain, which was deserved, and that was the first time ever. But we've had like all paid one time where the dominatrix has sat there and just did nothing, got paid to sit on the stool. So we've had that before.
I blame that audience, by the way.
I do, too. I was like, come on, guys. Don't you want to see someone get beat up here?
I don't care if it's Seinfeld.
I know.
I'm like, pain.
Who cares? After the fourth one comes up, you got to be like, well, we got to see some pain.
Somebody's got to get laid out for this. Somebody's got to put on the discipline helmet. Now, Chris, you remember when we had my friend who's a dominatrix from Jen from the Genitorturers come in?
Yes.
You didn't do it, right?
No, actually, that was before I was there.
Oh, well, Eastside Dave did it and was enjoying it so much, the spanking, that his wife called and said, I'm fucking serious. This ends now.
Right.
You're getting away from that woman. She didn't want anyone, because his pain and pleasure was way too close.
Some
together.
people's threshold, it overlaps.
Yes.
Which is wild. I mean, everyone's brain is wired differently, just like some people have foot fetish and they get off on that, and some people are like, that's disgusking. So...
The foot fetish I never understood.
Neither do I.
It's a fucking foot, dude.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's a foot. And then here's what I like to do with the foot fetish guys. I like to just have fake feet there. I mean, not fake feet, but they wouldn't be. It would just be a box, and they had to look and see how many of them were turned on by guys' feet. 'Cause I bet they are. I bet they are. A tiny petite guy,
for sure,
but a guy nonetheless.
Toes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to get into those pterodactyl claws that Stanley has.
Oh no, jagged.
Why won't you do something about them?
I just don't. I don't feel comfortable going to like a pedicurist.
Yes.
But why don't you maintain your own hygiene? I mean,
over that far. That's a long trip for him.
It's tough, Gail. It's tough.
Jay, how'd you come up with this horrible, terrible idea?
One day I was brainstorming with another comic, and we were just thinking of some ideas, throwing some stuff around, and then I said, why don't we, the worst is seeing a comic who's just bad. And I was like, why don't they get punished for being horrible or rewarded for having a good set? So then that's how it came up. And then, I figured out, let's have a dominatrix up there, and it'd be either the worst of it or you get paid for your set.
It would actually, it brings some entertainment to a bad set. But because comics never realize that they think that they're dying, and they are. But the audience also dies a little bit. And I owned a club in Florida, and it was tough to get anyone ever to come back after they saw any bad show.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? No one realizes the poison that goes into the water, because that thing is like somebody has been in an elevator accident and they won't get into an elevator again. And you can't convince them that this is a safe elevator. This is a good one.
And that's how someone turns the room, too. In that exact night, it's very hard to battle back after that.
Right. You have to have a skilled person that could come up and take us out of the wretchedness, or a dominatrix who's willing to take the time. So what kind of stuff does she do?
We've had hot wax, where she'll take the guy's shirt off and just pour hot wax on his chest and then like skin it off him with a knife. That's very entertaining.
Yeah.
We've had a shock box where it's like electricity. We've had when we did South by Southwest, the dominatrix, I was like, bring some stuff. Usually we have them on a stool. She had a table of stuff where she actually put rat traps on guys. We've had clothespins put on people.
Nipples.
Yep. And then like pulled off, flogging, paddling, no more whipping.
Do you ever have women agree to this? You have female comics?
We've had female comics do it, and some get paid, and then when they don't, they've gotten spanked. I mean, no shirts off, of course, but they've gotten some flogging, some paddling. And there's a safe word, so just in case the comic can't take it, they say that and just covers our ass a little bit.
Any guy who yells out the safe word, I'd never book back.
Oh, no. I had to take a couple of tortures because, like, one time this guy was up there and he was getting paddled in pink panties, and she starts smacking him, and I'm like on 2. He was like, said the word, and then the crowd just went nuts on him and started booing, and I just stepped up and took a paddling, and I don't think that will happen again.
Smart move, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to give the people what they want.
Exactly.
Where do you do the shows?
We do the show at New York Comedy Club right now. We're going to take it on the road next year, but right now we're at New York Comedy Club. The next show, September 16th.
I love the idea of this. I love that, Chris. I know you're working on your stand-up. I honestly think that you could kill with this.
You think?
I really do. I think you'll get paid.
I think I'd dodge on
You
pain.
think you'd be
Vito, you did your 5 minutes and you did well.
Yes, I would do that.
Here's what I worry about with Vito, though. Is there a woman that could hurt him?
just to break through the skin.
You might have to shoot him in the kneecap before there could be anything where he would start to yell out.
I think I might be afraid I might enjoy it a little.
Do you enjoy pain?
It depends on the situation, but in this kind of situation, I feel like I might.
Is it the pain or being dominated?
Being
called names. Yeah, you like being yelled at.
Because I rarely get dominated. So
because you got that Italian mom, and you never want to make her unhappy, right?
Oh yeah, and she says mean things all the time. So it's
what does she say?
What's Leslie?
Typical mean mom things. Just like if she's mad, you know. She's called me fat a few times.
You're a failure.
Seriously, tell her to write them down so I'll know how to manage you. I want to hear from anybody who likes pain. 844-ROCK-GOD. 844-ROCK-GOD. Because I know that it is that thin line, but some dudes are just way, way into it. If his act was worse, I'd love to see Norton in this
he
show.
would murder it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. He would do too well, and we would never get to see the downside.
Maybe they would give him pain for that. They're like, oh, we know you. Maybe you would enjoy the pain.
So you have to turn it around. If you do too well, you get pain.
I've seen audiences just turn on a comic for just like a one line at the end where they murder the whole set. And then, like, one line at the end, they say something sarcastic or, like, a dig at the audience, but not trying to be mean. They take it the wrong way, and then the audience just turns on them, and they get pain for a good set.
That's fucking hilarious. And the set was decent, but you've got that. You're holding it over top of them. I wonder how this will play when you take it on the road, because I could see this killing in New York, San Francisco, but I wonder if you take this to Iowa. If you take it,
then run out of state there.
It would be interesting to see. But there's always people into pain, and there's of course always people that are into other people being in pain. They like to see pain.
Well, it's like reality TV. You love seeing the drama and people going through shit.
Yeah, when Rogan did that show, the thing that surprised me is that people would be mad at the person who didn't eat something disgusting. Rather than saying, fuck you, I'm not eating this. You would, and people would be like, you got to do it. Once you do the show, you got to go with it. Dave, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You need to show him that video that you guys made in Florida when you had the dominatrix come in.
That was the Jen and the Genitortures. This would be a perfect band to line you up with. This is a band, and it's all about torturing genitals.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. We would do our show, and our producer at the time, and they were much more dedicated than these guys.
Yeah.
We had a boxing match, and whoever lost got a Prince Albert, like seconds after. Ooh, and it was the only time in my life I ever saw anyone in the audience throwing up. People were panicking. But this was so long ago that we did this that she like pierced someone's tongue and it made the paper. You know what I mean? Like, our tongue was pierced. Shock Jock Radio was going too long. Now every 8th grader has a pierced tongue.
Now you give me some ideas. This is great.
I believe one of the producers might have had his balls nailed to something.
Oh. Yeah.
Didn't Jen had nailed maybe Flip's balls to something?
Well, Flip was also the one who got the piercing, liked it for a while, was a sit-down guy after that. But yeah, she would spread it out. But one of the funniest things that she did, she put this iron mask on the dude and then just ran this grinder across it. So it was like real loud. But she would bring guys in and just be like, they would have to be kneeling next to her and she'd be kicking. This is 7:30 in the morning. We're doing fucking
morning radio.
Yeah. But she was, I mean, she's stunning and she does the full, get up and people, and then, she would have songs that people would
She was kind of always rocking like the latex cat suit and stuff, right?
Yeah. And then she had like a straight job too. It's like she worked in the,
accounting.
Well, in the medical industry, to be honest. Bob in Nevada, what's up?
Hey, I'm 47 years old, and I've got a 30-year-old girlfriend. 3 years ago, we just got together. She told me she didn't like hair on the back, and I've always just kind of been a monster with hair on the back. And so I started getting waxed. She dug it. Her sister does the same type of stuff in Vegas, so she got the equipment, started waxing my back, and it was a complete turn-on. That pain is like really, really a turn-on. I'll fall asleep and sometimes get aroused and this and that. So they stepped it up, and we're all sitting around drinking one day, and she goes, "I should do your back crack, your butt crack," and I said, "You won't." So they lined it up, and man, the more pain it seems like, the more aroused they get. It's weird. I've been through all kinds of crazy stuff. I've never.
So this is with your chick and her sister.
Yeah.
All right, so you're really up in the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're really going places
committed,
with this.
and it's not just the waxing.
Yeah.
It's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, you need a hug. That's what you need.
And not from your sister.
Yeah. I just want to share that. Thanks, guys.
All right, so he mistakenly came into this from a wax, but why is the chick going, yeah, I want my sister here for this?
Uncomfortable.
Well, maybe you're only saying that because you don't have a sister. Maybe that's the thing for you.
I just wanted a sister
Sure.
to wax my boyfriend's back with.
Team.
It makes me feel lonely.
Hey, Rob. Rob, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
So I go see dominatrixes, and they kick me in the nuts.
Oh, you're one of those guys, huh?
It was just so blunt. It was just so blunt.
So proud, too.
I'm here for a nut kicking.
They kick me in the nuts. That's what they do.
Now, what is it about being... By the way, this is something that a guy happened once, maybe twice in his life in a sporting event, and it's the most horrific thing that can go down. You'll never forget it. Why would you play that game in your life?
I mean, it's pretty popular. It's called ball busting. I don't know what it is.
But you realize how dangerous this can be, right?
I mean, I've been kicked in the balls more times than I can count.
Dude's great.
Now, Rob, does anything happen after this kick in the nuts?
You want the whole scenario? I mean,
yeah, I would love to hear it.
I've had some bad stuff where it swells up, but that's about the worst you're going to get. But
yeah, but does no sex take place after that?
It really depends on the girl, and yeah, sometimes you'll get like a foot job or something afterwards, but you're not getting laid.
I would have an ice job. But this is a very dangerous thing to do. It's it's nothing you want.
What if your fucking ball ruptures?
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, but you want it right up before that fact.
Yeah, I mean they kick you pretty hard until they so you can't take it anymore.
Does the footwear matter? Like what they're wearing?
I guess it depends on the guy.
I'd ask for a bunny slipper.
Some sort of inflatable shoe.
I'm a barefoot guy. But yeah, I don't go. Some guys do it where the girls have those big, dangerous-looking boots on.
You don't play that game, though.
Now, are you receiving this raw dog, or are you just not totally nude when you're being cooked, or you have
Wearing
pants on?
No, naked.
So he's naked. Does she yell at you before this happens?
No, not really. I mean, listen, they make your fantasy come true. I guess they.
I know, but it sounds like you're in and out of there in 5 seconds.
Is she playing music? I mean, is there an ambiance to this whole thing?
There's an ambiance. They're usually I have 2 girls that go to. They're ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
And they kind of make it as sexy as they can.
I know this. When doing heroin, nothing is worse than a miss. So if she catches the inside of the thigh, is that just heartbreaking for you? Just fuck it. Forget it. It's over.
No, because you got an hour there. You're not getting...
His fantasy is like an NFL kicker with a wig on.
That is insane.
And I suspect they hold back a little bit, right? But it's
in the back of your mind, you're I don't even know she's into this. What's the cost, Rob?
The ones I go to are hot, so they're kind of expensive, $500 for an hour.
What? 500.
And how many times do you get kicked in the balls?
It's an hour. It's an hour of ball kicking.
Fuck.
Once a week?
So, no, I go every couple of months.
Yeah. All right. For $500, she's going to mow the lawn, something. She's not just going to kick my nuts.
Oh, my car wash.
You're talking about really young, beautiful girls.
Yes, and then doing the worst possible thing. Because That's the thing. I mean, she could be gorgeous. I still don't want my nuts.
Well, you might get a foot job afterwards.
Listen, there's guys that like to get shit on, right? Like, I think that's ridiculous. So,
Look, hey,
look at him calling out ridiculous.
Hey, we're not talking about those guys. They're sick.
Those weirdos.
Yeah, you're just taking a goddamn boot to the nuts. But I mean, this is something that would happen in a fucking Iraqi prison.
you've got a choice to get kicked in the nuts or shit on. What do you choose?
I get more choices. I can walk.
That's it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, because if she does either, she's doing it with a black eye. I mean, I'm fucking going down swimming. You know? This is not happening without a defense. I laughed at that's all he's giving me.
Those are
You
your
get
only
two.
choices.
Yeah.
What would you choose there, Chris?
I gotta take the shit. I don't want to get kicked. Like I get shit on for him once during the hour, but then fucking getting kicked in the balls over and over again. Give me the shit.
Oh my God, you're insane. I would take pain over that.
Over shit?
Yes, pain.
That's because you're thinking of a guy shit on you. I mean, you're talking about a major loaf.
Some $500 an hour fucking hot
But I'm also
domination.
thinking of a guy.
It's a $500
kicking me
shit
in the
right
vagina,
there.
I guess.
Yeah, no one's signing up to get kicked in the vagina. Jeff in Buffalo.
Hey, Ron, great show.
Yeah, is it? I don't know. Struggling
Pretty
with this
good.
today.
Hey, I remember seeing the Genitortures when I was a kid and actually being scared. I'm sure the guy that they pulled out of the audience was a plant.
No.
I didn't know that, and I
No,
was
man.
scared to death.
I mean, they have slaves that would travel with them, but they would grab people out of the audience. And I mean, no one was trying to run. These were people that were into it. But when I did this show, the amount of people who signed up to have stuff done, it was pretty shocking how many people were like, yeah, I'll do it.
I would hide in the back corner because I'd see them come out to try to take somebody up on the stage, and I would just hide.
Yeah, that's probably the best move for you.
That's what most people would do.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I put it right up there with a school shooter. You know, I just try to find a place, dial 911.
Bar the door.
Yeah.
Confront.
Comics have turned you down for this, though, right? Jay, comics have said this show is not for me.
Well, I put it out there where you come to me if you want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you if you want to do it. It's not for everyone, of course. So if a comic wants to do it, they'll sign up and they'll email paterpayne@gmail.com, and then we set them up for a show. But it's not like forced upon anyone, of course. It's not for everyone.
And it's generally open mic type guys.
I've had guys who have been doing it, more than 5 years who want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
just a
say
rush, I guess.
All right, let's just try to guess of guys that we think would do the show opening. I'm just going to say Kurt. I'm going to think Kurt Kurt Metzger has got a dark side that maybe he wouldn't mind some of this.
Louis J. Gomez would do it.
Louis J. Gomez would do it to prove that he could handle the pain. Who you got, Chris?
I feel Dan Soder would do this.
No.
No,
No
you
way.
wouldn't. No, Dan is.
You don't even think. You just thought, what guys do I know? You don't even want to be in the conversation.
Dan Soder wouldn't do that.
I don't think so.
I consider
He's
him.
a sweet man.
I'm gonna almost say that he's Squaresville. I'm gonna.
But
guess,
he loves being kicked in the balls. That's it.
Yes, but only by Big J. I can see Big J. I can see Big J
can see
getting a
Big
kick
J.
out of it. Yeah,
But these guys would all murder and just get paid.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
we need them to be terrible.
We need someone else to write their jokes, and they have to deliver them.
Oh, that's actually a great fucking idea for a show of could a talented comedian pull off bad material.
And you can't take it into nosedive and get love from the crowd from that. Like, you have to commit.
No, even when you watch late night fucking TV and those guys, they're doing a show every night and they're beloved and they're an audience who stood in line and it's free and they're there. And if a joke doesn't work, you just fucking hear people moan, And that was Carson's whole bit in his life. His thing was better getting out of bad material than it was doing good material.
Yeah.
But no one will put you over for a bad joke.
Well, it's like a shitty movie, and there's always that good actor who took that movie, and he's like, oh, he did well with that crap material.
Right.
So it's an idea.
Yeah, it's an idea. We could have Vito write the material. Your stuff was really, you write from a historical point of view, Vito.
Yeah, I did past material for my bit.
As if you wrote it 10 years ago.
Yeah, I did all my material was I wrote it as if I were in high school. So I did jokes about MySpace.
I think like Civil War jokes and stuff.
That material I do love. I love good. I'm a buff.
You're going to get paid.
Yeah, I am a Civil War buff. You know,
those
so
wigs, let me tell you.
I like to go back. Yeah, Stonewall. More like no balls. Am I right, folks? Huh?
Rim shot.
So plug away, Chris. It seems like you're not into plugging today, but Jay came all the way here.
Jay Nog's in studio. You can see Jay Nog's show, Pater Pain, live at New York Comedy Club on Friday, September 16th. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off. And he'll also be at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, September 5th through the 12th. And Jay's headlining Levity Live Thursday, September 15th at 7:30 p.m. Go to LevityLive.com for tickets.
You're staying busy, dude.
Trying, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Got a wife and trying to have a baby, so.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's tough work.
Trying to have the baby?
Yeah. Sex for reproduction is tough.
Yeah.
You got to wait for like the stars to align and then it's just do it.
Never happened that way with me.
Really? Just
both times, like, you want to have a baby? And she'll say, like, I want to have a baby. I go, okay. And then, like, right after that.
It's Bennington super sperm right there.
I don't know what it is. I think Springsteen has the same kind of thing where we sweat sperm. But, so that sperm must work so well. Most of the time with people I didn't even want to have kids with. And I had to say, no. That was the plan.
I may borrow some after the show.
That is funny though. You've been trying for how long?
Not that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know Jay Moore, who we were just talking to today, he had to do special gimmicks to get it going too. That's always the fucking funny thing. Is like the people that are ready to have babies, you could go through something. And then there's just some 13-year-old girl and bumfuck that no way wants to be pregnant.
Well, that's what happens is like when you're at a more responsible point of your life, it suddenly becomes very difficult. And there's like a 12-hour period in 1 month that
is
you
that
can
right?
actually get pregnant. Yeah.
See, I know nothing about this at all.
It's like you got to be ovulate. I mean, I just know when my wife's like, it's time, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
So there's like the
talk about performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you could do the. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but there's a system that you could do, and you have to take your basal body temperature every morning. You're charting like everything that's going on with your body, and then you're like, when you know,
you're like an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
I actually can get a woman pregnant through anal. I don't know how I do it. It's just something. Weird. Yeah.
Talented man.
Yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. I don't like to brag about it. You know, it's a gift from God. All big up. I mean, it's all him right now. I'm just here. I can make I'm taking the award, but it all goes up to God.
You thank Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Everybody in my posse, my team that's been behind me all this time. Well, but you know, it's never been like there's never been more help. If you need it.
Yeah.
Like, the science is there now when it used to be thought of as, you know, but you know, people used to go out and have like 13 kids. Now 2, and people are like, what are you thinking? 2 people?
An extra 2?
In the same family? That's crazy. Chris, you were an only child.
Only child.
Vito was an only child.
Yes.
2 for you and your brother.
Me and my brother.
Me, I'm one of 4, but I grew up in a Catholic neighborhood where that was like considered an only child. Like my friends would be 6, and one friend's 11 in the same house. Now, none of them, as far as I know, ever had multiple kids. You know what I mean? Like they would have like 2 and get out, but there was none of them that thought,
oh,
I really want to do what my parents did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those people, you could just fucking throw a rock at their house, and I mean, the people piling out, it was like, you know, like school just let out.
Clown car.
I mean? Yeah, it was crazy the amount of people that would be there.
It's a lot of pressure to get it right too. It's like if you're only going to have 1 or 2 kids.
Yeah, you want that one to do well.
This one stunk.
You need a success right there.
I consider success as, you know, you more or less stay out of prison. Anything above that, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Off the pole, out of prison?
Yeah. I mean, even the pole you could deal with that. You know what I mean?
Good money.
She has a career. She's doing
It's a
well.
working girl.
Passion.
Yeah.
Depends on the club, I guess.
Yeah. She's making a lot of money in ones. That's the thing. If you ever know a titty dancer, you always know someone to go to for change. You could really, the amount of ones that they'll have.
Gotta break this 20.
Hey, let's go over here to Rob. Rob in Georgia.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
So, I guess I got to try and associate pain with this. What I'm finding painful today is that no caller has identified that Gail is the one singing.
You don't want to give that away. You don't want to give that away. You want to be a cool guy, right?
All right, I got it.
You don't ever want to give anything away.
Okay.
You're with it. Come on, dude.
Yeah, you're with it now. You're a carny.
All right.
From this point
So we're not giving it away. My bad.
Well, it's too late. You already gave it away. You know, you're that person.
Keep talking.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just disappointing.
I know, it's awful.
Greg said, ball kicking, you should have gotten that caller to come in and watch as Chris failed to satisfy him.
Is that
harder.
is kicking skills being made fun of?
I could satisfy a dude if he wanted me kicking the balls.
I don't know, man.
I don't think you have the form for it. Or the knees.
I'm not like I'm like a hot chick. I don't know if I'm up that guy's alley, but I'm sure there's some dude out there.
Some guy that wants to be kicked by another man?
Probably.
I'm sure.
I'll bet just stamp. Do you have to kick? Just
stamp seems
them.
worse than fucking
Really? Stamp
Like
than a
curb
kick?
stomp the balls?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What?
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think that was going to have such a strong reaction.
By the way, Jay can't do any of these at a show because the lawsuits would pile up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep it fun.
Yeah, it's got to be all in good fun and not hurt anyone. You don't want a comic to quit because of pain or pain, but actually,
I don't know. I think paper cuts might be an interesting way to go. Just
that
little
is
paper
right over the
cuts.
hands. Those are the worst. Throw some alcohol on it after.
No.
Oh, yeah. Some lime juice.
You know what you should do? It'd be great. Give everybody a Chesterfield.
What's that?
Remember in True Romance where he said,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take that Chesterfield? He
Yeah.
cut his fucking hand, poured that alcohol in there. That was one of the greatest scenes of all time. Plug away, Chris. Please don't make me tell you.
Jay Nog's in the studio. You can see
So it should drive me nuts.
You can see Jay Nog do Pain or Pain live at New York Comedy Club on Friday, September 16th. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off. And he'll be at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, September 5th through the 12th. And he's headlining Levity Live on Thursday, September 15th at 7:30 p.m.
Great
Go
club.
to LevityLive.com for tickets.
Awesome club.
When you is Brad in Vegas when you guys go out? Or
He's
is it-
actually hosting that weekend. That
Oh,
I'm
that's
there,
great.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last show though we had our dominatrix Lady Zombie was her name, and one of the tortures was horsey play, where she put a guy's like a horse bit in the guy's mouth, and she sat on him to ride him, and she was about to start paddling him. He said he slipped, and he just like totally went down, and she flipped over him.
Oh, she
She got
it
bumped.
was like in the strain where their eyes go red, and she lost it and started like had this like wooden paddle and just went to town on him, and after like 15 it just broke in half. And I've never seen
she lost her shit.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
it looked like it was done on purpose, where he just wanted to fuck with her because he bombed, and she broke the paddle over his ass.
Thin skinned, they're thin. We did a show at NEW. It was this was based off something they did in Holland, where you had to stand in the kiddie pool, and you give somebody this enema, this full enema, which we did to Paul O, and then everyone tells him jokes, and the moment he laughs and lets himself go, that becomes the funniest person in the world. And there was a dominatrix there who wasn't. I'm going to be honest, she wasn't attractive. And the Opster calls her Joey Ramone, and she starts crying.
Oh, man.
She was whining and crying, and we're like, you made a dominatrix cry. But the thing was, everybody laughed because she looked like Joey Ramone.
But the thing is that's the definition. They can dish it, but they can't take it. They're into one very specific thing.
Right.
They don't want to be hurt.
Yeah.
They want to do the hurting.
Or they've been hurt all their life up until they became a dominatrix.
I bet that's
There
it.
you go. That's how they get the
now,
power back.
Yeah, they're acting like their abuser. You know what I mean? That they become the abuser, which they say happens to molestation victims and stuff like that. Although I seem to be doing fine. I don't know. Maybe I just shook it off. I don't know. You know, I'm easygoing. I'm an easygoing guy.
Just laugh it off.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Que sera, sera. That's my motto. But, and then Ope ended up winning Funniest Man in the World. So he had just a double night for himself. One, he makes Polo release. And by the way, I'm going to say this disgustingly, filled a kiddie pool.
Come on.
I mean, he was.
What did he eat beforehand?
It looked like, and I'm not. I'm just going to say it looked Greek. That's all I'm saying.
Some gyro.
Yeah, it looked that way. But he was calf deep in it.
And just like lamb chunks? Or?
Yeah, it seemed like lamb chunks. I'm hoping lamb chunks. And then he made the dominatrix cry. So it was a gigantic.
It was a big win.
Yeah, big win. Jay, thanks so much for stopping by, buddy. I wish you all the best with this.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
We'll be down anytime you invite us.
Cool. 100%. We'll talk after.
Chris, will you please once plug?
I will plug. Peter Pain's happening at the New York Comedy Club Friday, September 16th. Go to newyorkcomedyclub.com for tickets. Use the code PAIN for $5 off. And on Twitter, it's at Pater Pain. And Jay's going to be at the Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, September 5th through the 12th. And Jay's headlining Levity Live on Thursday, September 15th at 7:30 p.m. Go to levitylive.com for tickets.
And for the people around the country, we'll make sure we let you know when this show is going to be played on Sirius so everybody can check it out. Looking forward to that. Okay, buddy. See you next time, man.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
We got some music. Means we're back from commercial. Bennington Show. Wednesday already.
Welcome.
Do you realize we got Labor Day coming up in no time?
What?
Yeah.
How could it be?
Summer's almost gone.
That doesn't make sense. There's many weeks left in the summer.
It's already Indian summer.
I call it Native American summer.
Better name for it. More PC.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like.
I think that's what they like.
I know they love it. Although I talked to Russell Means and he said that he liked the name Indian.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it means something like one with God or walking with God or something like that, the way that it was originally meant. But Russell Means is, I don't know, in a lot of ways, I guess he was like the MLK of a lot of those causes, the battle at Wounded Knee and all that kind of stuff.
But I thought the reason they didn't like it is because it was just misnaming the people that they were. We just showed up and
everybody's got their own way. I'm just going by Russell. I didn't say I speak for everybody. You know, just like the Redskins. You know, they don't speak for everybody. Some people like the name. Some people don't like it at all. I don't know what other name you'd change that team to.
Something less offensive.
Sure. But all those names are offensive. I mean, Vikings were supposed to be rapists. Buccaneers were rapists.
Yeah, but those at least are their name. Redskin was like a slur.
Okay. Look, I'm not backing them up. I think you're taking this the wrong way. I'm not here as part of the pro-Redskin bandwagon.
You know, as the PC police.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. That's what I do. I come in anytime I find something even mildly offensive.
If it was changed from Redskin to Yellow Skin or Black Skin, would that be easier for you to deal with?
I guess a little bit easier, but I'm still uncomfortable with it.
Let me make it easier. If you change them to the white skins, I won't complain at all. I'll be
Great.
okay.
Let's do it.
We do have white skin. You got us.
We're like the ferocious white people.
Who are, you know, the conquerors of the planet Earth, whether you like it or not. Well, no one likes being conquered. Yeah.
I, for one, enjoyed my new conquerors.
So glad we were conquered. It's really
tough but fair, these new conquerors.
You know what's great about the new conquerors is we got bridges. We never had that before. We were taking rafts across the
Sure,
river.
I'm not allowed to use them.
No.
But it's
They're
nice
for the
to know they're there.
Nice to see you, conquerors. How can we help? All my food and children. Okay.
Oh, another raping today? Well, conqueror gets what he wants.
Is it 1 o'clock already? You've got a 1 o'clock raping.
Starting to really get bugged by these conquerors.
Can you imagine just like the low-level heads of people who conquered people? Like they're just thrown in. Like, don't forget, after we win, we're raping, right? Yes, we're raping. But first you have to win the battle. and then the raping.
I'm starting to think this guy got into it for the raping.
And then I'm going to take bags of their stuff when I head back. And what were the wives thinking? Like, you came back with candlesticks and stuff. It's like, is this all? You want to tell me about the raping that you did there?
What? Me? Never.
I hear things about the amount of raping that takes place. You know the last time you raped me, pal? You know how long it's been since I got a good raping?
And then, like, just coming up with the excuse, like, he likes to cut loose. I mean,
yeah, that's his time.
It's a very stressful job.
It's a different area code. You know, what do I care?
I don't question it.
I'd rather he went out and raped than bothered me. You know, I've got my own career now.
I have a lot of housework to do.
I'm making candles now out of, I guess, whale blubber? I'm guessing. I don't know.
What is this stuff? You know, he brings it home and I just get to work. I don't know.
He came back with 2 tons of whale blubber and he goes, make this into a gas lamp. I'm like, and that's it? You're the one getting to do all the fun, the raping, the pillaging. And I'm the one sitting here trying to turn whale blubber into light, which to me is harder than electricity. I'd rather he came back with a kite, string, and a key and said, here, do it. I'm squeezing whale blubber 12, 14 hours a day. It's stupid. I hate it. I hate being married to a pillager. And that's very little about what he does anyway. I'm hoping he gets killed over this. Do you imagine the amount in history? Soldiers' wives are just like, hope he gets killed. They're waving like, hope he gets killed there.
Like, their superior comes to their door. Oh, thank God. Please tell me he's gone.
Does this mean I got to marry his brother? Because that's one of the things back then. Like, the brother would have to come in and take over.
It's just worse.
Very few times you get along with anybody's brother in your family. You know? Sisters are sometimes easy to get along with.
Yeah.
Brothers,
the brother.
Never. The brother's here.
And then his brother shows up.
But, hey, it's our buddy Justin from Canada. Justin, how are you?
Hey, Justin.
Hey, guys. Heard you talking about Russell Means. Just couldn't help but call in.
Well, am I right when I said, has Russell stayed with us? This was back when I was in Florida when he told me he liked the name.
Well, first off, like, I'm super jealous you got to meet him. It's a great honor. But, yeah, basically, you were right. And he also said, because it was kind of like a backhanded insult to white people for, like, just never getting it right.
Yeah. So you know a lot about Russell?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I researched him a lot. I share the same birthday as him.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's actually this great documentary, Real Engine, where they interview him, and he talks about, the effects Hollywood had on the perception of Native Americans, and even talks about the Wounded Knee incident and how Marlon Brando just totally, uplifted all of them and, just put them on the map. And it's a great scene. I'll send you guys the link, all right?
Yeah, I would definitely like to watch it. But it's funny you bring that up because I grew up watching cowboy movies on TV. So those movies were always 10 or 20 years older. And it was just the amount of Indians that I've seen getting killed by the time I was like 10. And never once occurred to me, Like, man, they really did kill a lot of Indians back then.
Yeah, and it's always the same way. It's like we never learned how to fight, and it's pretty ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah, you're just riding on the outside of the camp, getting picked off one after another. You're like, come straight at them.
All that circling was really the problem.
Yeah, no. Apparently, the Sioux, especially, they had all kinds of special tactics to fight the cavalry. Like, 'cause they only had one shot, so they would just be like, all right, they pop out of the bush. They get shot. They would try to miss. They'd miss usually, and then the rest of the war party would attack.
Well, that's the thing that you think these were hunters, right? These were people who hunted every day. They were going to know how to be able to handle themselves. But not if you watched those movies that they put on from the 50s,
And then
they're pretty crazy.
Were there any movies where it was like two tribes in a war? Like, have we ever done that? I
never saw that, yeah. We never saw, like, the Sioux against the Cherokee or whatever, whoever it would have been.
Yeah, I think it was just Dances with Wolves where you kind of got that one, the Pawnee and the Sioux, but that was about it.
But that's a funny movie because they acted like that was the first they cared. But here, the story was told by a white guy, and then the only chick he met was also a white chick.
Right.
I mean, because
and she looked like shit. She was like, she didn't look like any of the natives. Like, she's all disheveled. And another thing is, apparently that entire movie was translated into Sioux feminine. So everyone is speaking like a woman.
That's hilarious.
So, apparently anyone who knows how to speak Sioux is just laughing their ass off the entire time.
Yeah, but what about Two Socks? I mean, he was great.
If he comes back tomorrow, I will call him Two Socks. Kevin Costner is the perfect anything to watch to fall asleep. Just that monotone voice of his. Put him on late at night if you can't sleep.
Yeah, try to get him to do an accent.
All right, good to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah, man, good talking to you guys.
All right.
Peace.
First Nation.
First Nation's own.
First Nation Bank.
Cool vibes.
What's the big story up on the iBank today, Chris?
Oh, there was a Pokemon Go stampede because a Snorlax appeared.
I don't know what any of that means. I don't know one thing.
You have to
You might as well be talking effeminate crowd to me right now. Or so.
All right, this is Japan. And this
it's not. It's Korea.
You're racist, dude. You're fucking
not
racist. Oh, I could tell it's Korea by the KFC right there. And they're all running down the street
to get a Snorlax.
And now is only one person going to get it?
I don't know how it works. Gail, can multiple people get the same Pokemon?
Yes, multiple people can get the same Pokemon. Eventually, it disappears. But if one appears in an area, X amount of people will be able to get them. There's not just one singular Pokemon, as far as I know. You can get the same Pokemon, but you have limited time, so I don't know. You have to get there quickly.
So
but this is like a full stampede of people.
This is the first video I think that's come out in a while. This was when Pokemon Go first came out. There were like a bunch of videos.
There were a lot of videos. I would say none at this level, like not that size, but there were a lot of them, and it has quieted down quite a bit from that initial insane rush.
Yeah, apparently, Niantic, the company that made it, they're saying that they've lost 12 million users since August. So in the last month, 12 million people have stopped playing Pokemon Go.
So how many people are still playing, though?
I think around 20 million. So they've lost about maybe a third of their active user base or whatever.
How about you guys? You still playing the way you did?
Never download it, Ron.
I don't really walk that much.
Yeah, I was trying to talk to Vito about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I stopped playing." He's like, "I don't walk that much." I was like, "You live in New York City."
And then he's also saying that he's on this massive diet and health kick that he goes to the gym.
You should be walking.
See, my gym is downstairs. This is 2 stops away from my home. There's not a whole lot
So
of
how many
walking.
steps do you think that would be for you, Vito? You don't have to get on the train.
Save some money, buddy.
Terrifying.
I just lost Vito.
By the way,
I was talking to him. He's gone now.
Chris, I'm no better than you. It's Taiwan. It's not Korea.
Yeah, you're a racist still. I'm the only one here not a racist.
You know why? Because you didn't presume. You didn't presume.
When you presume, you make an ass out of you and Zoom. That's what I like to say. We're gonna zoom. We're gonna zoom, zoom. Come on, give it a try.
It still seems like it's pretty popular, though.
There.
I mean, even...
Taiwan is fucking kicking ass.
Korea.
No, it's Taiwan.
Don't presume.
You've presumed.
I fucked Zoom again.
Why does he say stuff like that?
I really don't know. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Pokemon Go is just a fad. It's like Candy Crush. It's like...
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
all
but
games
you know
are
what?
fads.
That
doesn't mean you don't make a ton of money out of it. Somebody made a shitload of money out of a fucking hula hoop.
Yeah, so what, Chris?
It's over. It's over
What,
for Pokemon
are you
Go.
saying the only things that you want to do in life are things that last the rest of your life?
Weird. But
This is a fad, what's going on. This dance will not last. People will not be doing the Latin hustle.
But the thing about Pokemon Go was not really that it was a great game, but it was the concept of doing that I'm forgetting what it's called, but it's not an open world. It's like
you said when the
augmented,
reality,
augmented reality.
Right.
That's what it is.
You said it the other day. I didn't know what it meant.
Augmented reality, using things in the real world, using apps that incorporate the real world, and then adding this other type of content.
This is the future shit.
This is like the next level shit. Like what you're gonna see is gonna be like, this is the jump off.
I'm going to tell you now. I'm not sure it's a world that I want to live in. I don't think it's a world like I invented this game called Existence, and there's many layers, and you never know when you're in reality or out of reality. And I got to tell you, I wish I never invented it.
I love the idea. I just don't want to plug this weird thing into my spine.
Why? That's the best place for it. It's the best place to jack up.
It just looks really gross and seems like it could be prone to infection.
Yeah, you will get an infection.
Just shove it in my
There's no
back.
getting out of that. You'll be sick if the game's sick.
You're acting like this is a trend, but if Existence existed, don't you think that you would be like one of the first people to get that plug in your back? Like that would be you. This is also somebody you were like obsessed with the Google Cardboard. Come on, you see this is.
Oh, by the way, another
going
fad that he dropped
immediately.
I still have that Samsung headset at home.
How much did you drop on that?
$100.
It could be worse, I guess, but still.
Including shipping?
Free shipping, Amazon Prime, buddy.
Because I know you did the rush
I have
2-day
access
shipping.
to Amazon Prime, everyone. I pay $70 a month. Get shit for me free all the time.
That's what it is, 70?
Yeah, 70.
A year, not a month.
$70?
For a year.
You said a month.
Oh,
I was like,
I was
gonna say,
I'll just pay the shipping then.
You don't know how much stuff I'm ordering all the time.
Stuff?
Yeah.
So much stuff.
I got my stuff here right now. Stephen brought it in for me. Thank you, Stephen, for all this stuff.
Really great stuff.
They left it right here on my street. All this stuff. Stuffing it into my closets. Some of it I'm stuffing it into my mouth. And one little item I'm stuffing into my ass. Hey, Sean wants to jump into this. Pokemon talk.
You're on Poke Talk.
Poke Talk.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey, man.
Just a heads up to the listeners. Don't refer to Chris Stanley as Pepper Hicks. You'll blow the fucking phone screener's mind.
Anything could blow our phone screener's mind. He's on his last week.
Pepper Hicks.
Yes.
Do you think the drop-off in Pokemon Go might be that the kids are back in school?
You don't even think of that, do you?
You can still play
He
Pokemon
got
Go
you.
at school while they
You
walk
look
to
like
school.
a bitch right now.
No, I
you
don't.
just got
Do you
schooled
think-
by this guy.
Do you think there's a principle? There will be no Pokemon played this year, or else your phones end up in my office.
I love this thing where it's like your school has to stay on top of whatever trend.
Right.
So it's like, I'm sure this happens very often. Like yo-yos will get like really popular again. Yes. So then like 3 days after, like you're just like, fuck, Chris, stop.
Sorry.
Driving me nuts.
Sorry, guys.
Like 3 days after everyone gets a yo-yo, then they call a meeting and they're in front of the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
No more yo-yos. If you are seen with a yo-yo, that's my property.
Dress.
And if I see a clacker in this school, you will be charged with assault.
And don't forget, the ban on pogs have not been lifted. No.
Now, it's going to be a great year, but remember, have no fun. I'm watching each and every one of you.
Got you for 2 months.
Have you watched Vice Principals yet?
I have still
how
haven't seen
fucked up he is with the kids. Where else they shut your fucking mouth.
I love that.
It's just so fucking funny.
Okay, here's one that got banned at my school. They banned kids from drawing this 3-dimensional S. You know this S that everyone drew?
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, they were like, nobody's to draw this anymore because there was an epidemic. Everyone was drawing it on all their papers, all their notebooks, and then started like drawing it on the bathroom wall. So you couldn't even draw it on your own notebook because it was like everyone was crazy about drawing the S.
In New York?
No, not in New York. I was a child. I was a little kid.
That shit was all the way in Florida here and like all over. That's crazy.
I'm I'm sure that this is not at one
forever.
time period. Yeah, this this 3-dimensional S, which, you draw with the 6 little lines, and then you could connect the lines, for some reason offended them to their core. And they were like, this is a problem.
We, 3D boxes were very big.
Oh, I love drawing 3D boxes.
Yeah.
That was the best. Man, it's been a while since I threw a 3D box.
Nice cube there.
Yeah, it was.
No, let me show you how we did it.
All right.
Bubble letters are pretty
So
cool.
you do a square like this. Simple square. Another square here.
Oh, yes.
and
The,
then connect.
So it was a clear box.
Yes, this was a clear kind of a fun thing that you can make.
Yes.
Then
beautiful.
some people colored them in, but
Sure.
I never was that, involved.
Was that your go-to? Was that your go-to doodle? Did you have a go-to doodle?
Well, this is one that the puppy face that a teacher taught me when I was younger. That was always that made me think for a second I could be a cartoonist, and that was the whole. thing right
that's
there.
a great puppy face.
Yeah, then you could
that's
also
good.
but it's a very simple thing once you learn how to put it together. But then you could also turn it into a nice bunny, as I'm doing right now. I'm going to give him a floppy ear here just to make it a little more fun. And then you had the bunny.
Oh, that's adorable.
See, like a nice floppy ear bunny.
Nice, happy little bunny.
Yeah. So that would be an easy doodle. But for me, it was always about either the Rolling Stone lips, the Yes insignia was very big, if anybody could make that. But it was always about rock bands,
I drew a lot of eyeballs, just like an eyeball. I would draw like a twister.
Sure. I forgot about the twister.
Like a very easy draw. Yeah.
Some people went back and forth the straight line.
Yeah.
I like the circular twister.
Yeah. Like a nice little twist to it.
A lot of times the class would be like, 42 minutes or 48 minutes or whatever it was. And I would spend 45 of those minutes just writing Allman Brothers over and over in bigger level. And thinking like, hey, maybe somebody will see this and the band will ask me to, do a little something for an album cover, maybe a tour poster. I could be the guy who makes tour posters and album covers. That could be my thing.
Chris, were you a doodler?
I liked a pentagram, a nice pentagram. I thought that was badass.
Show us what you would draw.
All right, hold on. See if I remember. That's a star.
You don't remember. You just made up the word.
No,
pentagram.
I swear to God.
You wanted to seem cool because everybody else had a doodle.
Look, this is a pentagram upside down. I actually used to do a pentacle. Why? Because I'm very witchy.
Ah, witchy woman.
It's a witchy woman thing. And I just wanted to be in the craft.
Hey, Vince in Delaware. Vince,
wanted to call in. I hope I didn't miss the Pokey Talk for the duo.
No, you got it.
You're on Pokey Talk.
Okay, good. I heard my wife was telling me that they're actually coming out with a second. It's not the same company that did Pokemon, but it's its next virtual reality, altered reality game. And what you do is in your home at night, you turn all the lights off, and you use your phone, and you walk around, and there's actually ghosts that'll come at you that you have to fight with.
Ghostbusters. I said this when Ghostbusters came out. They should have had the fucking shitty thing floating around New York, and people would have been trying. You had to point your phone and pull it in.
Same idea, augmented reality.
Augmented reality. I mean, I ripped it off from Pokemon, but I thought that would have been a great movie tie-in.
Oh, that is real. That sounds really spooky. Like, because I used to get scared at games when I was a kid. Like, what was this? Like the really scary zombie
Resident
game?
Evil?
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
couldn't play
Scary.
it. Too scary.
But I think Ghostbusters would be fun for kids.
Make it fun, like a nice, like
Fun
bubbly.
Now, I even made up a song for it, too.
Oh, how's it go?
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
See?
Yeah.
You don't even knows it.
Yeah, that's how you know a good song is when
Who was the guy who did Ghostbusters song?
Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah,
I
that's
rode
the guy.
down the elevator with him.
Really?
That's looking.
Well, I didn't know it until people kept bringing up, like, hey, you got Fallon tonight. I'm like, he's got Fallon. I go, how could somebody be doing Fallon? And then someone said to him, you going to do the Ghostbusters song? And I'm like, why else would Fallon have him on?
He's just like playing some of his new stuff.
Yeah. that wouldn't work. Did he have any other big hits besides Ghostbusters?
Didn't he have another movie hit? I feel like
Ghostbusters 2? I'm still not afraid of those ghosts. Kind of like them ghosts.
I'm not seeing any other hits besides Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but you say that, but then you just read the first 2 sentences of Wikipedia very often.
There was...
You are...
Like that, I can actually see where your eyes were on the paragraph.
All right, he had something called The Other Woman. That was a top 40 hit.
The Other Woman. Look how this guy makes his ass different than you.
Oh, yeah, a little bit different.
Yeah. Joe Ryan, anybody wants to check him on Twitter, he's got a whole different scene happening.
He's like doing a whole other thing for
And then I just make a floppy ear to make it fun. And look, he's off to the races. There he goes, like hopping along.
He's a hoppy little bunny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do? What else is happening, Chris? I know I got to ask you a lot of shit today instead of you just being involved.
Dude, like, when you said that, he was playing that song and bobbing his head with his face 3 inches from the screen.
Yeah, The Other Woman, Ray Parker Jr. This is the other hit.
And nobody wants to hear it.
Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
Like, I just want to ask the question. I didn't
I'm
want
going
to
to ask
hear
Vito.
it.
Vito, what's happening today?
What's in Vito's world?
Did you guys see the BBC poll that they ranked the top movies of the 21st century based on these like critics from all over the world?
Well, first of all, it's only the last 16 years. So they came up with the best movie of the last 16 years.
Yeah, they put together a top 10 list of the best
It's
movies.
a very difficult thing to pull off because normally you need a little time. Like when There Will Be Blood came out, I thought, this is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men, tough to beat.
Same year, by the way.
Same year, which
back
is
to back, up against
heartbreaking.
each other.
Now, do I put any other movie in as the best? You know, this hasn't been a great 16 years.
Those two are top 10.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make anybody's list.
There Will Be Blood would probably be my personal number one. But I know another that I think you would have on your list. Boyhood.
I do like Boyhood quite a bit, but I need more time to decide whether that is a masterpiece or just caught me at the time. And I feel that way about most movies that I say. Like right now, I would just go, I don't know, Nice Guys, Hell or High Water, because I recently saw 2 good movies after bitching for an entire year that movies suck. I saw 2 movies that I enjoyed. One a comedy and one a dramedy. No, it's a drama. But I laughed.
I do.
I laughed at the name dramedy. Can you think of anything, Chris?
Inside Llewyn Davis, or what other Coens have come out in 2000?
Well, I don't know whether you've heard of No Country for Old Men.
Well, that's a good
but
point.
I did bring that up.
Yes.
But it is hard to remember where the post-2000 Coen brothers are. But I wouldn't put Llewyn Davis for me.
And neither would these critics.
Jesus Christ.
Well, they're British critics. So there are a bunch of English movies in there we don't give a shit about.
It's all over the world. So there's actually some Asian movies on there too.
Life of Pi?
No, Life of Pi is not on there.
What's the animated one that everyone was so crazy about? Is that
Oh, yeah, that's Toy Story.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away?
That comes in at number 4.
What year was that though?
That was 2001. So
early.
You know, I
Early
tried
bird
to
special.
watch that on TV, and I guess I didn't get the same impact that if you're watching it, because it's supposed to be beautiful. I
Yeah,
just
it
felt
is
like
very
I was
pretty.
watching Adult Swim.
But I've only seen it once. I enjoyed it when I watched it. I thought it was beautiful. But I couldn't tell you now. If somebody said, tell me the plot of Spirited Away, I can't remember what that
I
movie
didn't
was
like it,
about.
and I like anime and hentai, and it just didn't do anything for me.
Okay, so it's not hentai.
I know it's not hentai, but still I can enjoy an anime.
But why, just because you like to see women get fucked by tentacles, would that mean that you would
First
like
of all,
this
if it was
movie?
just women, I'd be happy. All right, so I guess we're kind of stumped, you know?
What other thing?
Oh, I got one for me.
Okay.
I'm going to pick The Master. I like The Master quite a bit.
it is not on the list.
Shocking.
The Master didn't even do that well with American critics.
Number 1 is something that you'll see it and you'll go, oh, you know what, I should have thought of that.
All right, I have one for you.
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes. Brilliant film.
Number 6.
Whoa, I thought that was going to be higher, but Glad it made the list.
Yeah, just glad it made the list right now. I got Spirited Away, too. I mean,
is all we have left our foreign films, or there is?
No, there's one. No, number one is not a foreign film, and it's one that you most likely know.
Inglourious Bastards.
Is it an American film? Well, by the way, that slur that you heard out of him was Inglourious Bastards.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin
Tarantino. If it's not American, it's British, but I'm pretty sure it's American.
Is Inglourious Bastards on the list?
No, there's actually no Quentin Tarantino movie on this list.
If you gave us like the director, would that be too obvious?
Just give us the countdown list. We've come up with 3 out of 10. So 10?
10 is No Country for Old Men.
Thank you, everybody.
9 is A Separation.
What?
I don't know what that movie is.
Foreign?
It's 2011.
Is it foreign?
I don't think so.
Doesn't sound like it's from around here.
Number 8. This is most likely a foreign film. Yee Yee, a 1 and 2.
Separation's an Iranian film.
Oh, look at who's that on the right. That's the dad
that's
from
the dad from A Night.
The Night of.
The Night of. He's great, too.
He's really good.
No, I don't know this Iranian film that you thought was American. And Yee I never heard of.
Number 7, American film, Tree of Life, which I'm shocked is on there.
Wow. Yeah, but this is critics' pick.
Yeah, I liked it, too. I know. I liked it more than most people.
6 is Eternal Sunshine.
Yes.
That's you, Gail.
5 is Boyhood.
Yes.
Oh. We had Boyhood.
I said you guys got Boyhood.
Oh, I didn't know that. That was I'm surprised. And I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't know where I even put that film yet. But it blew me away when I saw it.
4 is Spirited Away. 3, There Will Be Blood.
Love it.
Got it.
Number 2 is In the Mood for Love, which I think is a movie.
Alfalfa and Darla. I'm in the mood for love. Simply because you're near me. And then here comes Darla. The love ball will get you if you don't watch out.
The love ball will get you if you don't watch out.
That's fucking pretty strong, Darla.
Love Darla.
That's Alfalfa, and he's wearing diamonds.
And your number 1 movie of the 21st century, 2000 to 2016, is Mulholland Drive.
Boy. What year is that, though?
2000's got to be, right?
2001. Really cranked.
If somebody would ask me, I would have said 92 or 94.
Yeah, I would have certainly guessed late 90s.
The critics love that movie.
I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, I know this feels good, but I don't exactly know what's happening. I know didn't somebody turn into somebody else?
Yeah.
Something bad happened?
And there was a cowboy with the cube.
Yeah, cowboy cube.
Cube boy.
Cube.
Did Tree of Life win Best Picture of the year came out?
No, it did not.
I watched Tree of Life in the theater, and when I left, I heard people going, "What a bunch of shit." And I was like, I kind of think I dug it.
Father.
I saw another movie that he did that's very whacked out, beautifully shot. It's about a guy in L.A. just going from one weird party to another, and he's still the whisperings going on. Bad stuff from when I was a kid coming back. My brother. When I saw Tree of Life, I was very moved by it, though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film, and yeah, I know somebody who they were saying to me, "Oh, I didn't get a chance to see it in the theater." I'm like, "Well, that's it. That's that." Because
It's gone.
I don't think that you're going to have a good experience just watching that on your TV. Because it's a beautiful film. There's not much of a plot there. It's just like you should just kind of let it wash over you.
Life, and then when the dinosaur shows up, just know it's supposed to.
Don't worry
Just
about
let
it. Don't start wondering what it means. Just enjoy.
Just enjoy it.
It's pretty.
John, on Wisconsin.
I feel like one that will stand the test of time for the whole century. We've forgotten The Departed.
Yeah, but what about when the rat crawls across the end? And I will
brings it all
I
together.
see.
Did you get it though? What it meant?
Kind of.
I don't think you did. The rat represents the rat.
Were they both rats? Is that it?
I think so.
I did enjoy The Departed. I've seen it time and time again, and I enjoy it every time because it's a gangster movie with people doing gangster shit.
I don't know why, but I didn't care for it.
Plenty of people did not. Plenty of people agree with you, and they even attacked my favorite of all time, Jack Nicholson, who I like in the movie more than most people do.
Mm-hmm. I didn't care for it. I did not enjoy it. I wanted to like it. I wasn't one of those people who like it offended me to my core, like, oh, he's lost it and everything stinks now. But I did not connect to it. I saw it once. I never saw it again.
It's another movie where a woman is placed in a place of responsibility and uses that to become a fuck puppet slut. You know what I mean? Like she goes against everything that she signed up for. And there is no reason. Neither one of these guys are anything but crazy dick. You know what I mean? Like the fact that she's with either one of them.
You're crazy dick.
Yeah. Hi, you're crazy dick, but the fuck so hard get that.
I might cover crazy bitch.
Well, you should.
It's the women's version. Now a little something for the ladies.
Where my ladies at, huh? My ladies out there tonight? I'm going to do a song. It's my own version. So I'm every man. And just like, I'm every man. I don't give a fuck.
I hate this song.
I leave my children. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, this is not a good song.
And like part of it, I'll just be smoking a cigar while I'm listening to Vampire. Hey, Ryan, Strong Island.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to really push that movie of Separation. If you like those other movies on the list, you're really going to love it. It's really something special.
Now, this is the Iranian one?
Yeah. It's, it's in Farsi, but that guy's really good. Every actor in it is, like, fantastic. There's a young, like, 12-year-old actress who's also phenomenal. It's just a really good all-around movie.
Well, maybe when they get out to releasing the hostages, I'll be open to watching their films. But until then, I stand with President Jimmy Carter. What? Oh, man, I remember when I fell and hit my head in 79. What?
It's 2016.
Where is everybody? Where's Disco?
Damn.
Disco?
Why aren't I wearing my big button with a happy face on it? A personal version of a meme in those days.
You're not allowed to wear platform shoes anymore.
I really wasn't even allowed then, but I did it.
I love a platform shoe.
Of course, you'd have to.
I don't get your point.
Because there was nothing funnier than seeing a tall person in platform shoes. Making like even more gangly and awkward.
All right. So I was thinking this.
You were?
This morning.
Okay.
In the shower. I didn't have to share that part. No. It's private.
I think you're a little tired and ready for a little break.
It's a nappy time.
Yeah.
What is the song that can make you cry?
The perfect song.
The song, like to you hear this song, doesn't matter what you're doing, it can get you emotional.
It's the Iranian national anthem.
Really?
Because they took our...
That shocks me.
Yeah. They took our hostesses. Wait, I was thinking that they took...
It's Disco Dan.
Disco Dan, we're just talking about you. You're a sensitive guy, right?
You're sensitive.
Yes. Sensitive.
Is there a song that can make you cry? The perfect song to make you cry?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So what to you is the saddest song?
I don't want to get this answer wrong, so let me let me look at all the music I have on my phone.
No,
it's all pretty
can't.
sad.
That's cheating, right? That's cheating. I'm going to do mine.
Okay, you go ahead first.
By Mr. Paul Simon, a little song called America.
Really?
The opening lines, "Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together," crushes me. Thinking about two young people, we've all been there, where you got nothing. But when she's sleeping and he tells her how fucked up he is while she's asleep. Kathy, I said, to me, a heartbreaking song.
And his voice is not just the lyrics, but his voice does.
He knows what he's doing.
Like the moon rose over
an open field. You're trying to be a poet now.
Is just too muchery. That'll slay you.
She says the man in the gabardine suit was a spy.
I said, be careful. His bow tie is really a camera.
Chris, pass me a cigarette. I think there's one in my raincoat.
You smoked the last one an hour ago.
So I looked at the scenery.
She read her magazine.
And a moon rolls over and over. See, it got to me again. It happened again. Vito's leaning forward, which means he's just thought of something by Springsteen.
That's not fair.
Thunder Road doesn't count.
That's not fair. It's for a real reason.
Thunder Road is a heartbreaking song now.
The first time I heard it live, when my mom took me to Giant Stadium for my first arena Springsteen concert, and he played that song, and there's a part where he turns all the lights on and he stops singing, and the whole audience.
Yes, every band does that at every show.
Yeah, but he does it at Thunder Road, and it's the first time I heard it when I was a kid. I was and I sung along to it. I felt like I was a part of something so big, and it made me cry. And the fucking
and it's funny that we all know it was going to be Thunder Road because he's a Springsteen guy. But in a post 9/11 show that was done down at the Battery, it would have been the following spring, and there was all these bands that came to play for the Tribeca Film Festival, and for just people that were at the festival. So it was Bowie was there, and Wycliffe Jean, and all these people. And Counting Crows came out and did that song, and the entire place broke into tears. And then they went into, I don't know, Rain King or something, and everyone was just fucking dancing crazy. And I was at the time, I was like, this city is really on edge, man. I mean, we are fucking,
we're crazy. It's an emotional roller coaster.
It was like a wake was still going on, And I'm like, I don't even like this fucking song. Just fucking losing it. That's that amazing thing. So you were crying with all these people at Thunder Road?
Yeah, when I was 13 years old, it just really hit me.
Screen door slams, Vito's dress waves. He's eating the pie as the radio plays.
All right, I'm going to tell you mine. And this I brought up because I was singing it to myself, and then I made myself start crying in the shower this morning, singing Elvis Costello, Shipbuilding.
That's a great song.
And that song, I don't know what the fuck it is. And it's so weird. It's not a love song. It's the song of a small town waiting for war.
Yes,
the rumor of war.
Look, I just saw this thing last night on the Adirondacks, and there was this place up there that people would go when they had tuberculosis. So everybody there was working either with people with TB, and then people that even got better with TB, they stayed in this town, and they had children. And then they came up with a TB cure, and the town was just fucking destroyed. And it reminded me of that song, and it was just last night I was watching.
That song breaks my heart. And you feel it within the thing. He's going to get a bicycle for the kid's birthday, but then eventually, in the line in the song that fucking slays me is when he says, Dad, they're going to take me to task, but I'll be back by Christmas. Fuck that. I just start crying in the shower, and then I start laughing to myself I just made myself cry with my own beautiful voice.
But I'm going to say this. If you cry in the shower, have you cried at all? Discuss. But I saw this doc on Elvis Costello, and they showed this little row house when he grew up. And then from here to the end of that hall, the size of the ship that was being built, this massive ship that was being built. And I'm like, yeah, of course he wrote a fucking crazy song like that. All right, people want to call in with theirs. Here is Tim in Illinois. Tim, we got you, buddy? Tim?
Tim's not doing so well.
Too bad, because he had to go to Craig in Madison.
Hey, how about Steve Winwood? No one is to blame.
You know, almost everything Steve Winwood does is just crushing. Chris in Mississippi.
Yeah, Death Cab for Cutie, I Will Follow You Into the Dark.
That's Chris's too. That's Chris's too.
Fuck.
Is that really yours, Chris?
Love Death Cab.
You sound sarcastic.
He's at that age where he's
Yeah,
sarcastic. All right, let's see what Disco Dan. I know yours has got to be a disco tune.
It's not.
Is it Hollywood Swinging?
Hollywood Swinging.
Ron, honestly, I don't know a ton of disco tunes, and I know that like is pulling back the curtain a little bit on this whole nickname.
Why did you tell everyone?
But it's okay. Do you want to know my answer?
Yes.
Okay, it's from Modest Mouse. Probably what many consider to be their worst album. The song is called Little Motel. And it's just about a breakup / it's like the saddest shit ever. I listened to it in college, like on loop for like a month after.
Is that because you broke up?
No, I didn't break up with anyone. In fact, just a sad experience with a lady.
What'd you do? Shit on her when you were trying to make love?
Yeah, just uncontrollably.
That's sad.
Fucking Vito is fucking over there. Are you still caught up?
He's singing Thunder Road to himself.
I'm thinking about every song that makes me cry.
George. Bill in Georgia. Just the opposite. Not Georgia. Bill.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Since I'm an older person, gentlemen, taps.
Well, taps can be a crushing
taps is
thing.
heartbreaking.
Bum, bum, bum. I mean, that could just destroy you. If you've ever been to a military funeral,
It's heartbreaking.
like you think those things that like if you are not involved and like some of those things seem corny, like giving the flag to the mom or the guns going up, but when you're at one of those funerals, you are incredibly moved. It seems like the most important thing in the world. You can barely stand up when it's happening. Chris Stanley, before I go back to the phones and trying to give my guys a little chance because the phones just exploded on the perfect sad song. What do you got?
Warren Zevon covering Steve Winwood back in the high life again.
Really? Out of all the stuff?
That, for whatever reason, that song and his version of it fucking just makes me fucking, the way he does it. Because he sounds
the lyrics?
also, it's the lyrics and also in his voice now, it sounds like he like is going to cry in the fucking song.
God, he's got so many songs that move me more. What is the one, I'm gonna go home. Something, oh God, I'll come back to it later. But even Desperados on the Eaves really fucking kills me. What's that? Carmelita is unbelievable. God damn, I'm trying to think because Linda Ronstadt covered this song.
Definitely Werewolves of London.
You're just, you know, some
group was waiting so long to say
you're
that.
like a fucking dick. You could have only been waiting seconds. We haven't been talking about it all day.
Fuck. Hasten down the wind.
Hasten down the wind is exactly it. Here's Andrew. Andrew.
Hello?
Turn your radio down, buddy. Most up front should have told you. What do you got, Andrew?
Hello?
Yes. Andrew, you're on the air. I don't understand why you're not answering me back. There's something with these fucking phones. My producer won't get it fixed. Kyle in Boston.
I got Rolling Stones' Wild Horses. I remember, I think it was like my 13-year-old heartbreak, stealing one of my mom's Marlboros and thinking, well, my life's over.
Yeah, that can do it to you, though. That
Yeah.
can, like, put you in. Jason, what's up?
Hey, buddies. BAC 21381.
Hey, old school, hooah.
Hooah! Time after time, Cyndi Lauper.
Oh
Little
my
Miss
God.
Lauper, yeah.
That slays me. Like, I immediately start crying because it makes me think of my mom.
Yeah. Well, you know, that kills me because Miles Davis does just a non-lyrical version of that crushes. But Funny Valentine he does. That's what's always funny, when you can listen to a song without lyrics and be moved. That there's literally sad notes. How could that fucking be? How can there be sad notes?
The minor key. Is that what it is? Like when that change, whatever that change progression is, and you're just like, oh God. It's so heartbreaking.
Sometimes when a song ends on a minor key.
Yeah.
Our girl. Shit, she's laid out there, huh?
She's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's almost everything. But by the way, today I'd never heard this before. There's something called a brown note that's supposedly able to make people shit.
Yes.
God.
I just heard about this today.
Shit music.
I don't know if they've ever really proved it, but I know that that's a thing, that the brown note.
Why isn't it playing in public restaurants?
If they play it, it's a low tone.
Stomach.
If you just hear that. Oh, that's the note right there.
But it also has to be played at a certain volume that it's going to like vibrate your vowels, and then you just shit yourself.
So it's not even like a pleasant thing.
And this also happens to be my saddest song.
Is it like a dog whistle? You know, like
no, it's not a dog.
No,
it's a dog.
It's loud.
It's loud. Chris, don't
you're aggressive with him.
I'm really Chris.
Was it the Werewolves of London thing?
I'm sorry about it. I apologize.
That's a great song. Warren Zevon is his favorite artist of all time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And everybody thinks that Warren is just a one-trick fucking pony.
I celebrate all his albums. There's good stuff on all of them. Even that weird one in the 80s about cyberpunk.
Okay. Just relax, Chris. When you try to help him, you hurt him. Hasten down the wind.
It's a fun, wonderful song.
What about Amy Mann's classic? Wise Up.
Wise Up, yeah. Why?
I even think that other one from the movie is even killer. Like Superman. Save me.
Yeah. Save Me breaks my heart.
It reminds me of Chris just sitting in his house, fucking just choking on something, and
Thank you.
There.
Thank you, Ron.
Present day or future, Chris?
You know what? You really busted my balls today, aren't you, there, Disco?
Look, everybody's balls are fine. John, what's up?
How about Peter Cetera, Gloria Love?
Yeah, that makes me sad, but that I'm human. Here is Rob in Ohio.
Hey, Ron, a no doubter is George Jones. He stopped loving her today.
Well, his voice alone is just one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that's like, it almost like is one of those things. It doesn't even matter what they're saying. It's just you feel like it's heartbreaking.
Here is Scott. Scott, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Flying Burrito Brothers. Hot Burritos #1.
You know, the Flying Burrito Brothers, basically, many people think came up with that California sound that got done and sold a lot more albums by the Eagles. But yeah, that whole thing, like Jackson Browne can do it. Jackson Browne probably has at least 5 fucking songs that kill me. Jackson Browne, you heartbreaking son of a bitch. How's it feel? How many women have you slept with, you son of a bitch, with your fucking skills? Well, Velvet Underground and Nico covered These Days, which I know you love.
I love that.
And he
so
wrote
much.
that song. I've said this on the air a million times. I'm going to keep saying it. He wrote that song when he was like 15 years old. That's a 50-year-old man's fucking, if not a 70-year-old man's song. And this kid somehow understood that kind of grinded down thing.
Yeah, that song is so heartbreaking.
And when you think that Dan would make fun of Chris while we're talking about this, where, you know, Vito, he crushed himself thinking back to his 13-year-old self crying at Thunder Road. Did your mom see you crying?
Yeah. There's a video of it, I think.
Does Danny want in? Is that why he does this? He wants
it. He wants it.
Tell me
Disco,
you come in.
grab Danny.
Danny! Danny! Look at him. He's walking with a bad leg, too.
Oh, poor
He's
bastard.
walking with a bad leg. Did he go into you, Vito?
No, he didn't come back here.
Lock the door so neither one of them can get in. Lock the door. I don't want to talk to any of them.
Lock the gates.
Here's Jason. Jason, what's your song?
Downtown Train by Tom Waits. It comes after my favorite Tom Waits song.
That's
Walking
actually a good one.
And
Eric in Colorado, what's the perfect sad song?
Amazing Grace.
Doesn't matter if it's vocal or just somebody even playing on bagpipes.
Well, Amazing
It's a good
Grace is one. Will the Circle Be Unbroken? Fucking kills me.
Yeah.
And Willie Nelson and Family will do that. Denny, you know all the songs that have ever been written and have ever made the charts. By the way, something wrong with the wheel? I see you limping around here a little bit.
Yeah.
Today. What's going on?
Just my back was hurting a little.
Sounds like it might be time to take you out back and shoot you.
Just carrying one too many speakers this past weekend.
You got to get an assistant. You're at that, like Razorface.
That's
you
right.
need a man to walk you around. By the way, heartbreaking song.
Yeah.
By the great Elton John.
Love that song.
What's your perfect sad song?
Honey, Bobby Goldsboro, number 1, 1968.
This one is he's looking at a tree and he's talking to his dead wife.
Oh my gosh.
And it starts with
Tragic.
see the tree, how big it's grown.
Oh no.
It's too on the nose. It's cruel.
There's
But you know
also-
what I mean?
Also a good country song, The Visit by Chad Brooke, I believe. Chad Brooke?
They do, again, those songs that get like Hallmark songs
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
And I would say the same thing about that one.
Yeah.
You're going out of your way to make people think, yes, the world goes on without her.
Right.
And he even says, honey, I miss you. Stop it with that. Anybody saying that your kid's doing good while you're in heaven, it's too much. Here is, AJ, what do you got?
Hey, man, Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Well, it's actually a 9 Inch Nails song, and it's very interesting how different that song's, because when you hear the 9 Inch Nails, it seems like it's a song about a cutter, right?
Yeah.
When he sings it, it's like a junkie song.
Yeah.
When Cash sings it, you know, you're not thinking like I'm so sad I'm putting a needle in myself because I'm numb. You're thinking about a dude who fucking wants to get numb.
That's also in the category of songs with the same title but are different. Elvis had a song called Hurt, and so did Timmy Euro, 1961.
None of those things have to do with this, though, Denny.
Not at all.
We're looking for the perfect sad song.
The
You got
song that
another
makes
one?
you cry.
You know what's also a sad one? The Christmas Shoes. You know that one
Oh,
too, right?
my
Again,
God.
a little
The
too on
Christmas
the nose.
shoes.
A little too on
Not
the
the
nose.
Christmas
Devastated
shoes.
me as a child.
I'll tell you right now, I can't get through Christmas shoes without laughing. It's terrible, but I always fucking laugh
you
at
think
Christmas
it's a shitty
shoes.
fucking
I don't want
rating.
to laugh, but I do.
Todd in Virginia.
Hey, how's it going? Faces, Ooh La La.
That is a good call for that too.
Interesting. Yeah.
By the way, that's not Rod Stewart singing on that song. Let's go to Kyle. What's up?
What up, guys?
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of the band and whatnot, but that Coldplay song, Fix You.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I'll give
sad.
it to you.
Perfect for a Grey's Anatomy preview.
Why are you laughing and smiling as you're saying?
Because he's
it?
above all
feel
this.
anything?
Oh, you know what? He's right. He's above it all.
Are you above
He's
it?
too fucking cool for school.
He's in that
Sorry,
big
we all
disco
didn't have a
ball.
modest mouse answer.
I could go farther back, you know?
Yeah.
You want to go farther back? Saddest song? All right. Neil Young, what's that one off of
I don't know.
You have to know.
What's the song about?
that one about withdrawal from After the Gold Rush?
You mean Needle with a Diamond
Yeah,
Gun?
that one, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
about withdrawal at all.
Or not, no,
It's about
his
people-
that losing friends to
She
heroin.
knocking
Yeah.
on my cellar door.
I'm surprised nobody's touched on Terry Jackson's Seasons in the Sun.
Well, the reason why we're not songs that we laugh and point at. We're talking about sad songs.
They say
how
so
about,
much.
Even though this anything by this guy, but Nick Drake, when that voice alone, like Pink Moon shouldn't. Pink Moon is a song that can make you nostalgic about the moment you're in right now.
Pink Moon gives me chills. Like I get goosebumps when I hear that song.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And what is the northern? It's Northern Town, Northern Sky.
Yeah.
Life in a Northern Town?
No, but that's nice
song.
for nostalgia purpose.
And nobody's also touched on Even Now by Barry Manilow. His life goes on. He still thinks about her.
True.
Yes, but he's gay, so we know that everything about him is faking.
Well, not really.
Jeff, what's up? Jeff, got you?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got a newer country song. It's Justin Moore, If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away.
See, that's the newer country songs attempt to do that Hallmark thing.
There was also Mark Wills, Wish You Were Here. You know that one?
No, it's Pink Floyd.
No.
Here's
That's
Doug in
again
New Jersey.
the songs with the same title, but a different category.
Doug.
We call that.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? Lucinda Williams, Are You All Right?
Lucinda's amazing, too. Here is John. John, what's up?
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Ronnie, love you guys.
Thanks, man.
This song has haunted my life. It'll tear you apart. It'll give you hope. It'll give you promise. Pat Metheny, Letter from Home. It's an instrumental, and it's just amazing.
He is one of those guys that can find notes. Yeah, have you thought of one?
No, I haven't. I'm trying to think of another one.
I always thought that kind of brings a tear to my eye. Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck.
Moonlight. I was just Gail. Listen,
my God, that's
a
so
great song.
weird that you just brought this up.
Yeah.
Because we're in the car.
Yeah.
We're driving together. I feel like I know a lot about music. I feel like I have a pretty good sense of music past.
Yeah.
This song comes on, and my parents are in the car, and they both start laughing, haven't heard this song in a million years, and launch into knowing every lyric. I swear to Christ, I have never heard this song in my life.
Oh, it's a great song.
It's the nuttiest song that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Silly
Yeah.
and so funny. And immediately I'm like, this is hilarious. Why don't I know this song?
we were listening to Yacht Rock on the way to a funeral.
Yeah.
So we started to act like we were into this song to drive Gail crazy. And then he just name checks it.
Yeah, that's a great song.
That is bizarre.
One of the only hits to really feature a xylophone.
There was a xylophone.
I said xylophone fucking.
There was a xylophone solo in
They
the
came
middle
off
of
the
the
weird
song.
keyboard.
Moonlight Feels Right.
Drop the top across Chesapeake Bay. What a great tune.
I don't know.
1976, isn't it?
It's certainly weird.
Yeah.
And it was another song that only had a kazoo in it. Remember Johnny Get Angry by Joni Summers? Johnny Get Angry, Johnny Get Mad.
We gotta stick with the place that we are now.
Yeah, just
I mean,
a
Kenny, I'd
tangent.
love to have you in. If we were doing rambling facts, I'd love you to have to sit down and ramble. But we gotta stay on this sad thing. And Moonlight Feels Right does not belong
it doesn't.
in this.
Yeah.
It
This
doesn't.
should be cheesy songs that makes your whole family laugh.
There you go. Just a good time summer song.
Is this the cheesiest thing ever?
It's so great.
Doesn't hit the mark
Scaladosa
on the
Potion.
prompt.
Yeah, you run a bad board, don't you? What do? You just go up and down constantly?
That's called hot potting. I hate this jockeys that do that.
Could
Just
you-
keep it at one level.
Why could you sit down and have a fucking thing with him and just have a talk?
Just keep it at one level. Turn
He's
it up
just
louder.
going like this constantly.
I know.
Why are you riding the levels, bruh?
And so inappropriately.
I thought you were going to a call, that's why I was bringing it down.
Well, they blew up for this. Here's Barry. Barry, what's up, buddy?
Ronnie, how you doing? Love the show.
Thanks.
Yeah, Conway Twitty's That's My Job is a song that reminds me a lot of my son that passed away.
That's a strong one.
Yeah, it's a good
Let's go to Dave. Dave, what's up?
How you doing, Ronnie B?
Hey, man.
When I was on hold, I heard Denny mention Elton John. Did he say Empty Garden?
No, Empty Garden was the one that he wrote about John Lennon.
Dirge.
Yeah.
John Lennon.
Yeah. Where are you going there? You hate it?
No, stretching. I love John Lennon.
But why would you just get up and make that face? You're in. This is a social thing.
I feel very independent when I'm in here, like I'm in my own world.
You don't. You're with other human beings. I thought you had a problem with that song.
All right, here's one that I always cry when I listen to, and I don't know if it's because you associate it with a moment in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do that, but Needle in the Hay, Elliott Smith.
No, I think that song works
That
anyway.
song and it's great if you're feeling really low.
I listened to him on the subway this morning.
You shouldn't.
But no, stay away from that.
Yeah.
If you're feeling blue, that's just going to indulge it.
Did you ever
Don't.
hear the double album of like B-sides he released called New Moon?
Yes.
It's like the best shit ever.
It's
It's like his best. Okay.
Great.
It is his best work.
But when
I
she
think.
mentioned movie, I thought she was going to go with Lulu and To Sir With Love.
Well, that song kills me.
That
too.
song does.
That's a
All
good
right, you
tune.
got one.
That's a
You
good
got
one.
one.
Can I tell you something? I want Spencer to sing that to me when he leaves on Friday.
That would be so sweet.
How about we'll have him do To Her With Love and he can sing to you?
Yeah,
Lulu.
like Kashmir did. It was the sweetest tribute.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Let's, boy, do we miss Kashmir. Huh?
I miss him.
Check with Spencer to see what he thinks is the saddest song he's ever heard in his life. The perfect sad song. Spencer, what do you got?
I think I would go with Simple Plan, Untitled.
Oh, he's really moved. He's moved by that
Sweet.
one. What, any memory that you have with that?
Not necessarily it would be like a sad memory, but I wouldn't say I would have any memory at all, though.
Here's one from a 60s song that Pearl Jam covered, and I know that you're going to know, Denny.
Mm-hmm.
Where, oh, where can my baby be? The
Endless,
Lord
kiss.
took me away from me.
That's too much.
The Last Kiss. The Last
Kiss.
Oh, that song is
Well, there was a whole slew of those songs back. There was also Lori by Dickie Lee.
Yeah.
He left the sweater at the grave, and there's a whole...
Do you ever try, when you're out there and you're doing a wedding, you ever try to really bring the audience down?
No, I just always ask them, if this was a second wedding, what was your wedding song so we don't play that?
That is smart, dude.
Whatever you do,
That is smart.
I don't want to play, Bryan Adams everything.
By the way, have you ever been with a person and a song that you had with another person comes up?
Yep.
And they start to sing along.
Creepy.
And you were like, I
Yep.
wish this wasn't happening.
And then you're in some sort of weird, eternal sunshine, horrifying moment.
I know,
and
it
you're
is
just like,
very-
get me out of here.
I did
so
a wedding
sad.
this past weekend, and when the bride and groom walked out after I did the ceremony, they wanted the REM song, It's the End of the World as I Know It.
That's really fucking funny. Somebody was telling me they were just, and I was actually thinking of you, they were texting from a wedding that they were at, and everybody's dancing, they were playing disco stuff, and then they started to say, he's emptying the floor, right? And they were telling me these terrible songs that were being played. Do you do that sometime?
Never.
Not even a chance like, hey,
No,
we
why
got to
should-
move
no.
it along?
No, of course not. I'll just say, let's slow it down if you want to take a breather, especially if the crowd is a little older.
Right.
I can't keep them going.
You'll end up killing somebody.
Right, exactly.
I'm trying to think of what songs were being played, though. It's driving me crazy.
Wow.
But when I just even, it was like they went from the Bee Gees into some of these tunes.
No, I mean, you could do that, but you could say, hey, let's rock it up or something and go into Loverboy, or
I
something
normally
like
just
that.
go straight into Aqualung.
Oh.
And I go, the next hour is nothing but Tull.
Usually the last half hour is when you want to play the long songs, like American Pie. Everybody, they just sing it. Everybody knows those
Everyone
songs.
loves to sing along
they
to
just
American
love it.
Pie.
You're all out there in a big circle.
Well, everyone's nice and toasty by that
Exactly.
point. They're
Sure.
willing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
jump in.
Yeah. You can't start them off with Nick Lowe, and I Knew the Bride when she used to rock and roll. That is a good one. You know that song, Ronnie?
Yes, everyone knows that song.
I didn't know. Sometimes
Yes.
these might have been turntable hits. People don't know. You know when that fellow was talking about Conway Twitty? You know what his group was?
What's that?
The Twitty Birds. Conway
No.
Twitty and the Twitty Birds.
Nothing having to do with the sad thing. I mean, I'm glad that you know these facts, but we have Google anytime we want to go to it.
El Paso by Conway Twitty because
Sad song?
Yeah, because she lost her life there in the song.
Sure she
Girl,
did. We
you
all
know.
felt bad about that,
Yeah.
too. We all know what you went through, mayonnaise. All right, we got to wrap this one up, though. But this was a good little game to get
I know,
into.
it was a good game.
And there's a million other things we could go to, but the clock on the wall.
Clock on the wall says that's all. Got to pack the whack. It
Jack
tracks.
Jack and Dunn, they run a tight shop here. Tight shop.
Tight
OT.
shop.
So that's it for us. We're back in here tomorrow. We working Friday?
Yes, we are.
Do you know? Not even once have we plugged if we're doing an unmasked this week.
And Andy Kindler is
Have we
premiering.
cut promos for
There's
that?
there's a promo playing, yes.
I wasn't part of the promo, I guess, huh?
I had a VO guy cut it.
Oh,
You have Andy Kim, the guy who did Rock Me Gently, coming in?
yes, we got the guy who did Rock Me
Nice.
Gently
I like
coming
that
in.
song.
We're going to set this up like it was just a show nobody wanted to be at.
He also did a good job with Be My Baby, the Ronettes. Phil Spector production.
Nobody could do that as well.
No, of course
No
not.
one.
No. Although, I was listening to the radio the other day, and of all the Beatles songs, I think the group that could cover the Beatles song was the best with Earth, Wind, and Fire. Gotta Get You Into My Life. They made it their own.
Well, Daddy, none of these things help me get out of here.
Right.
I got a clock.
Yeah.
You know
And
the
it's
business.
ticking.
I know. I just like talking music.
Dude, that's my favorite thing, too. We ought to do it every once in a while, but I can't we have to talk
Tomorrow?
about it.
Want to do it tomorrow?
Not just facts. I got to have something other than...
Why don't we just call it Tangent Thursday? We just go off on tangents.
When the facts are related, that's one thing.
It's trivia.
Yeah.
It's trivia, It's fun
Is
facts.
it, though?
Fun facts. Maybe without the fun.
We're just gabbing about music and
We're
stuff.
just sitting around
gab,
jawing a
couple-
little bit,
couple of buddies.
Sure, yeah. Put my feet up here on the old Cracker Barrel and off I go. Talking music with you.
Cracker Barrel rocking chair.
Cracker Barrel Rock was a big song by Elton John. Cracker Barrel Rock. That's it. We're getting stupid. Tomorrow we're in, and Friday morning we'll be filling in the morning show, right?
On Opie Radio, yes. 7 a.m.
You got a little Denny on YouTube, my friend.
We really do.
That's it. See you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!